the president was bragging of the fact that 18 million people are on social grants. Now, it's not something to brag about, number one. At first, we had a fight. Because I see these people are going up with white people music. You know, when you walk up stage, it's like a 50-meter walk. So I hear like, sorry, Mare, Sophia. I'm like, I'm fucking walking up with that. Like, no way. He had a small radio. And Zuma's listening on the radio and he hear that he's in London. Here they've been removed as the lead of Codessa. And Zuma's like, Becky comes down. Zuma says to Becky, yeah, Faragi, we've been removed. Becky said it can't be. It can't be. When you hear about black billionaires, they are lying. Huh. If you are a black billionaire, I don't know black billionaires. I don't know color.
Patrice.
Bruh, they raped that boy. I did nothing. They raped him for 18 hours.
Yes, man.
So I took the knife because there's nowhere to run.
Yeah.
I go around the corner and they stab me here. You can see my hands. And I stabbed 3 of them. They stabbed me, but I managed to get out. So Kenny basically saved my life. I was dead.
Wow, man.
I'll tell you the craziest thing you ever had probably on the show. Do you know that from the age of 10, I so badly wanted to kill anybody.
Wow.
Like, you know, it's something that people don't grasp. We colored boys, when we grew up, we call it you've made your bones. Have you made your bones? But I want to explain something to you where I think black people make some mistake. Black people want to tell colored people how they should feel. And it's a mistake. Black people don't have the full story of colored life.
You can never understand.
Yeah.
I want to explain on your show for the first time.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a special guest today.
Yeah.
It is finally happening, Sopenduka.
Yeah, dude.
We've been wanting you since when? Like last year, I think.
Yeah, last year, beginning of last year.
You kept postponing, you were busy.
Running around, you know.
Yeah.
And some of you not busy, you gotta act busy.
Yeah.
No, but I'm glad I'm here today.
No, man, it's an honor to have you here because, like, we were giving up on politicians. Because whenever we have politicians come on the platform, they just want to clean their image, tell us lies. So chillers started getting frustrated and they're like, no, we need a real politician who's going to tell us the truth. So here you are.
Wow. No, right. Well, they're going to hear the truth.
Because you don't fuck around, right?
No, I don't fuck around.
Nah.
Life, you know, I always tell people, it doesn't make you better. My son was asking me something. He says, Dad, I don't want money in life. My son. I said to him, one thing, if you are straightforward, that doesn't make you better than other people. Money does that to people. When you don't give a fuck, type of fuck you money, if you understand what I'm saying. You speak your truth. Sometimes at work you want to, your stuff, sometimes they feel like telling you shit, but they can't because the asses will get fired. But when you are not dependent, you tend to speak your truth.
Yeah.
I don't love, politics is not feeding me. All politicians I know get fed by politics.
Yeah.
I don't get fed by politics. So I'm going to say whatever. If you don't like it, if you don't vote for me, that's okay. I just want to speak my truth, not carefully.
I'm getting some Benny McCarthy vibes. Even sound like him.
That's my boy.
Please welcome the leader of the Patriotic Alliance, Mr. Gayton McKenzie. But what do you think politicians would come on a platform like this? You know, it's open, free. You can say whatever you want. There's no gatekeeping. And choose to lie instead of being honest. Because I think, like, if you're honest, then people tend to like you more. Do you get what I'm saying? That's what we've seen with the interviews that we've done on the show, right? So,
yeah. If you're just human and you're relatable and you're brutally honest, you know. But now they come here and they just, it's PR answers.
And I feel like it's
a
moment missed.
It.
Yeah, no. Sometimes it's not that the guy's a liar. It's the party he represents. So all politicians, they wouldn't admit this, but you have a script that you can move. Like, for instance, let's take the EFF. You can't come here and talk nonsense about foreigners being in the EFF. You can't say what you feel because your party line, you need to respect. The same with the ANC. You can't come here and say, we're going to nationalize the banks. Although deep in your heart, you want the banks to be nationalized. But there's a party line that you cannot say something outside the party line.
Follow the script.
When you come out of here, Chief, come to the Tule House now.
True.
Come to the Tule House now. Oh.
We're restructuring.
You'll get fired. So the guys are... I saw a politician that was asked for an interview and he ran away.
Jeez.
And I said, why are you running away? And he said, hey, my leader doesn't like this media that's trying to interview me. So it's not that the guys are really lying. It's just that they are handcuffed to certain things. That's why, haven't you seen? Everybody sounds the same in the ANC.
Bro.
They even use the same words. I mean, like, bro, I crack up sometimes when I listen to this guy say. I crack up.
And your party's not like that.
No, it's us. It's like, you see the Israel thing, for instance.
Yeah.
Let's take that. We had, in council, you had Kenny Kunene standing with Israel, and you had Joera Kaldin, which is also councillor, standing with Palestine. And for me, that is what our party represents. You have your views. We want people to be free. We didn't come into politics to hide people's identity. We came into politics for you to reveal the true you. And that's why people have different views. And you can ask me any question, and you can ask any questions. And I mean, we differ so much in so many things.
What's the structure like at the PA? So it's you and Kenny at the top? Or?
What you have in the PA, you have what you call the NEC, just like the ANC, but then you have a top six, which consists of the president, deputy president, secretary general, treasurer general, national chairperson, DSG. And then what you have. But the PA is not a democratic party, and that's what people are lying to people about. No. In PA, there's no democracy. There's no voting for a leader in PA.
It's dictatorship.
Benevolent dictatorship.
Okay.
Benevolent dictatorship. People, it's always the guy with more money that will win if there's an election.
Of course.
Because people bribe. Now in PA, we appoint you. You don't get voted in. If you want to become a councillor, there's no draw or 10 people that's coming to go for the same race.
But doesn't that bring in favorism? Like if maybe all 6 of you favor one person, then chances are that.
Well, there's always favoritism in everything in life.
Yeah.
In everything, there's even in family matters.
Yeah.
But here's the issue. You look at the kind of leaders that emerges. They don't emerge because of the content of their character or of their intellect. They emerges because they knew how to maneuver the conference. They knew how to give people money to be chosen. So you never get the best guy. But if you want to grow the party like we are trying to grow the Patriotic Alliance, we want to take the best guys. We want to take the best guys as mayor. We want to take the best guy as MMC. You want the best guys. So you look at people, and sometimes people suck at mobilizing people to vote for them. But in their work, they're excellent. So we don't have that artificial processes. And I call it artificial. Because if there's 5 guys that's going to go and there's 1,000 people that must vote for one person and there's 5 people for the position, then people go and give people money, vote for me.
Yes.
Vote for me.
Run
So
envelopes,
you don't have the strongest guy. I saw a thing with China. In China, it's impossible to... They don't have this thing of, no, we vote for this guy only. You got to go through a lot of... So nobody in the PA, including me, there's no elective conference in the Patriotic Alliance, and there will never be an elective conference in the
How big is the organization now?
We're standing now on, and this is something we can't lie about, because if you join now, you get a number. Okay. You are number this. So you cannot manipulate the processes. We're standing now on 400,000 signed up members.
400,000?
400,000. You can go now and join the PA. They're going to give you a number. Then Sol goes, or should I say Solomon?
Hey, Dr. Malinga, is that you? Now, Gayton, young lady.
So I saw the Dr. Malinga clip from his tour. From his tour. I saw from his ex. No, but you see, because we're standing on 400,000, you can't manipulate. One of my very close friends joined the PA, and he wanted so badly to be the 300,000th member And we were looking at it.
Yeah.
And we still got it wrong.
Wow.
We couldn't get, he became 300
something.
6,000 or whatever. So we are 400,000 strong.
When you say, how do you join and what are we joining? Like,
What you join is you join a party. You go on, you go to a website.
Okay.
You have a joining. There's, I want to join.
Boom, boom.
And then boom, 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 boom. You get your number and then you're a member.
Okay.
And then there's certain things, then you'll see the rules, what's expected of a member. But you can't join the PA if you are for illegal foreigners. You can't join the PA if you are against the death penalty.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? We got certain rules which we don't mess around when it comes to those things. We want number one, we want God back into schools. We want God back into the South African life, into the context of South Africa, number one. Number two, we want military service and youth service and volunteer service back. You know, instead of giving these ladies money to go and sit at home and do nothing, we want them to go and get like conscription, like what the apartheid regime did. When you go to other countries, there's youth service, forced volunteer services. And you know, let's take white guys. At my mind, there's white guys that got standard 3. But you look at this guy, and this guy is just talented. And you ask him, where did you learn all this shit? You say, at the army, sir. At the army, sir. So the army is not just fighting. In fact, this one of us never fight. It's about, it forms your personality. It teaches you a lot of stuff that you wouldn't get sitting at home.
Even technology. I mean, microwaves were started there, the internet,
exactly.
The army.
Those are the things. That's why we want you at the age of 18 to go to the army. We want all illegal foreigners, all of them. Abahambe. We want them to go home, all of them. We want, and I think the worst thing about this country, MacG, it's the worst thing, and South Africans has made it natural. And I look at it, and I can't believe it, that South African media, South African people have made this natural, that we are in the top 3 richest countries in the world.
Are we?
Yes, you get Russia, DRC, and South Africa.
Wow.
The jury is still out which one is the richest. We are in the top 3.
No way.
Minerals. Wow. We are wealthy. Jeez. Now, to show something that's unnatural to you, is in Alaska, they only have oil. They only have oil. Citizens in Alaska is getting money every year from the oil for doing nothing, just because the country is endowed with oil.
Even the Arabs did the same thing.
The same with the Arabs. In Norway, it's even worse or better in Norway. You have the Norwegian Sovereign Wealth Fund. When the moment you get your birth number, you're already eligible to get a payout from the state. All those countries, the Arab countries, only have either gas or oil. Alaska only has oil. Norway only has oil. South Africa, we've got oil, we've got gas, we've got diamonds, we've got iron ore, we've got manganese, we've got silver, we've got coal, we've got natural stone. There's nothing that we do not have.
Sure.
And we are sitting on the world's biggest unemployment problem. It's unnatural.
That's insane.
No, it doesn't make, it's like dying of hunger in a supermarket.
Yeah.
You are there in the supermarket on Thursday, the long weekend, they forgot you there. And they only open you on Tuesday. Yeah. There's balonies.
Yeah,
there's everything. There's even a guest bra. You can, then they come back, that's all. Yeah. On the floor, dying of hunger, dehydrated. The Fantas are there, the Telepinters are being sold there, the punch is there. Do you understand? Yeah. South Africa is rich. Rich. And I'm not telling people stuff that I read or that I've studied.
It's public knowledge, yeah?
I'm telling people stuff that I did. I came out of jail 20 years ago exactly. Yeah. I was broke.
Yeah.
I didn't have a bed. I didn't have money. I had 12 rands when I was released from prison. But look at me today. And what has boosted me, in part, is the minerals of this country. Because I was not about to sit here and be surrounded by all this wealth. And then tweeting on Black Twitter every day, hey, white people, white people, white people. No. We have to have an honest conversation in this country that our leaders, current leaders, have no commercial sense. They do not understand. I read something yesterday where I think it was Johan Rupert that said, when the government took over, South Africa, the ANC government, when they took over, they didn't know that we were so much in debt. Now, the first rule of the economy or first rule of economics, you can't take anything if you don't know, can't buy a house if you don't know from somebody how much does this person still owe the bank. And they've taken over the country without knowing in what trouble we are in. And for me, we are sitting in the richest country in the world, I believe. But we're the Burkina Faso, bruh. Burkina Faso has a lower unemployment figure than us. It's unnatural. And the more we want to tell people that, they concentrate on other stuff.
Of course.
We have to. Before you die, every chiller listening here, you know, South Africa is very wealthy. They must not lie to you. And before you die, it is on you, man, to do something and to vote for the right people and to just change your life, because most of our poverty is state-sponsored. Most of it. Let me explain.
Elaborate on that, yeah.
Right. There's a boy that lived with me at our house. And he's very good with his hands. He can make clothes and whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I want you to make some clothes for the PA. I just want to see.
Sure.
Make me impressed me. Make me an outfit, bruh. I'm like, bruh, make me 10 of those. Give me a bank account. And he said, and his family. And he says, no, don't put it in my bank account. I said, why? He says, because I'm getting SASSA. They're going to see I'm getting an income. So people don't understand the damage that SASSA and these grants are doing to our young people. It makes them to stop dreaming. It makes them kids. That's the worst one. When I'm president, I will change that thing. I will still give money. But instead of giving people money that as kids, I will give the ones not to get kids. I will still give them money, but not the ones, because you spend more than R1 billion on condoms. Another 1 billion on sex education. So you tell kids not to have kids. But when they do not listen to you, and they do get kids, you still reward them with 500. So what you need to do is to say, boys and girls at the age of 13.
Where does that SASSA thing come from? Like, who started it?
It's easier to control people that you feed. It's easier that you use the government. You know, the president was bragging of the fact that 18 million people are on social grants. Now, it's not something to brag about, number one. Number two, if you say 18 million people, it's a third of our population. It's on social grants. If you go to all the small places that we travel when we campaign, the lines at the end of the month, it is long.
So it didn't start with apartheid?
Apartheid didn't have time for nonsense. It was all the nonsense they did, but they understood that in apartheid, it was so difficult for a white person. You can have the dumbest white person. They left no one behind. The one rule about apartheid. The dumbest white person will get a job at the railway. When you get a job at the railway, you must know Ututsi. You are sorted. You are the lowest when it comes to intellect.
Yeah.
But they will find you a job. Here, you've got graduates that are unemployed in this country.
Yeah, I met a security actually today before we started recording. He's got 4 degrees. He's working as a security. 4 degrees.
Now, I always say to people, I said, you know, it's also a mindset. It is wrong to have 4 degrees to be unemployed. And I might not be popular with what I'm going to say. But, bro, if you have 4 degrees and you don't have an income, at least the security's got a security job. Start a business. And then was 4 degrees. I have a saying I tweeted once. I said, the man that sells apples at a railway station makes more money than an unemployed graduate.
Yeah.
Sometimes people must understand that job security is out of the window. That thing doesn't exist anymore. Job security doesn't exist anymore. People think, no, me, I'm secured in my job. No one's got job security in today's world. COVID has taught me that. COVID has taught me that no one's got job security. Start your own business, start a hustle. We've got this instant mentality. I want to be instantly rich. You speak to, particularly us black people, a guy says to you, next year, I'll be driving a BMW.
Yeah.
I'm like, bruh, which bank are you going to rob? Because business doesn't work like that. I bought a few mines 6 years ago.
Wow.
It is not slate mines. It has not made profit. And that is how long it takes. You got to go, you got to invest.
It's a process, yeah.
It's a process. But our people are being lied to that it happens now.
Isn't that because of the tender culture? Because that's like instant money.
Yeah, you see, the tender thing for me, MacG, is the issue is that tenders didn't start with apartheid. It didn't start with democracy. Now when black people also start to benefit from tenders, now we got to hear about a word like tenderpreneur. This thing was coined, this phrase tenderpreneur was coined when black people started benefiting from tenders.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's many success stories. There's many success stories of black guys getting tenders. And this guy started small and is good. But all that you just hear the one that buys a Range Rover with the money and not build the road. But if we really go out there, these ones are in the minority. The ones that start the road or a bridge and they don't finish it. There are lots of good stories which the media does not want to talk about. White guys have lived only of tenders.
Is it?
Yes. During apartheid, tenders was what? But there's no white company today that was built. I mean, all the big companies you see here, they all got money from the PIC, from our parents' pension money.
Wow.
So they mustn't lie here and say it's the intellect that built it. There's a lot we can learn from apartheid also. There's a lot that we can learn from them. But they mustn't act like what they've done was purely ground up, self-made. No, the state was intentional to empower white Afrikaner males. Very intentional. Like you would get a guy that, I mean, like you look at big companies like the Ruperts and all these people, there's state involvement in their wealth accumulation. Not one white guy can come here in this story and tell you the state played zero role in his rise to becoming a billionaire.
Even Rob Hussoff.
Of course, Rob Hussoff is one of my personal friends.
Yeah, he loves you, by the way. He's always saying I must interview you.
You know what's the sad part about that, eh?
I thought he was funding you.
Coming to that, that's actually the sad part. So you're also one of the people I'm going to talk about. I'm also going to be one of them. Let me tell you what's the sad part of that. It's that Rob obviously has more money than me. There's no doubt about it. But you see, the problem that I have seen with our people, when they see, let's take, there's a mayor of Belgium, in Belgium. There's a place in Belgium called Maasmechelen. It's a city in Belgium. The mayor calls me, says, hey, mayor, I was still the mayor in Central Karoo. I would like to visit you. I said, fine, come. He comes with 3 people. And we take a picture. And this picture lands on Twitter. And every tweet, every comment on that tweet is, oh, that's his funders. That's his funders. And while we're talking, I quickly figured out that I'm richer than all these guys here. Wow. All 3 of them there. But Twitter, the mindset is that when you see a black man with a white man, he's already being funded.
Of course.
Yeah.
Captured.
Yeah, he's captured. The Robbers I don't claim him. He's my friend. You know, there's friends and there's friends. Me and Robbers are like tight.
Wow.
We are neighbors. We are friends. We hang out. I know his children. We travel together. We are that type of friends.
Wow.
Robbers believes in 2 things which I can never believe in. He believes firstly in Cape Exit, which they want Cape Town to be independent.
Oh, yes.
Western Cape to be independent. I will never agree to that rubbish. The second one is, he got us funding for 200 million. We looked through the contract, and the first line in the contract made us say, hell no, was we should not compete in the Western Cape. So sometimes our people, when you...
What contract is this?
They gave a contract. What they've done...
for funding.
2 billion rands that business people have raised in this country. Okay. They can, they can deny this all they like. I have the contract. 2 billion. And they sent Rob to me.
Sure.
Rob came, he said, Gayton, you're going to get 200 million from the 2 billion. We've approached other parties, but I want them to speak for themselves.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
But I know we offered 200 million. Then I said to him, brah, I'm not going to go and tell people we're going to get 200 million. I love you. I know you. They don't know you. Give us a contract. They gave us a contract where they wrote down what the 200 million, what is the do's and don'ts.
100%.
One of the things there is the Cape exit. We should support that. Second thing there, which they were clear about, is you will not compete
in the Western Cape.
Which means basically protecting the DA. And I said to him, hell no. And we're still friends, we're still brothers. Week after that, I was approached by the Sake Kamer. We had dinner in Stellenbosch. And he said, man, please accept this offer. And I said, what is your do's and don'ts? And they say, you don't have to, you shouldn't compete in the Western Cape.
Yeah, okay.
Now, that is a fact. Parties must be honest. The PA, my brother, for the first time we got money as the Patriotic Alliance was now with our gala dinner, with our stadium thing. We still, people were saying, can we donate? We said, yeah, sure.
So you denied that contract? You didn't sign?
No, we didn't sign the contract because it's 200 million.
Jeez.
But that 200 million means where we are the strongest as the Patriotic Alliance. I must go back and tell people, you are not going to be part of. The parties that took the money, they must come clean.
Yeah.
But I'm saying to you, on my life, that offer was not made to the Patriotic Alliance alone. We, the one party that said no to it.
What is the point of that 2 billion? Is it for them to counterattack ANC?
To unseat the ANC. You see, business, what South Africans must understand, business always had a selfish interest in ruling politics. Always. Oppenheimer and them did it. The apartheid regime. They went in 1976. A group of the most successful business people went to exile to meet with the ANC. They met with Zuma. The head of intelligence even was there. He met with Zuma. He met with Mbeki. They sat down with them and they said, listen, man, apartheid is going to fall. How are we going to work? When Zuma...
This is before the meeting,
Before Codessa. Before Codessa. They went there. Mbeki can't deny this because there's pictures of that meeting. I asked Zuma personally about the meeting. I asked him and he admitted it to me. Zuma said to me, yeah, there was a meeting. The guys came and whatever. So business always wants to control. And proceed. You see, what South Africans must know.
So shit, this is the same as 1976.
They
can see the tide is changing.
The tide is changing. So what they are doing now, they are coming to South Africa because business are exploiting South Africans.
Of course.
Let me make you 2 examples of proof. Look at the price of airtime, data. In South Africa.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
Business.
It costs 5 cents.
Elon Musk, Starlink is not coming here. You know why?
Because it's going to kill the profits.
It's going to kill the profits. Amazon has had a fight in court.
For the factory?
The factory, you remember where Amazon building was?
Yeah.
All of a sudden, there's now people that say it is the heritage. This thing cannot happen. And I'm friends with the guy that's building the thing.
Yeah.
And Nick was like, I said to Nick, listen, you don't want to have this fight.
Wow.
What you should do, because he had asked me advice as a friend. I said, meet with the Khoisan leaders. Hear them and see how you guys can work together.
Yeah.
They met. When they met, they agreed. He's going to build a 50 million rand heritage site for them in the Amazon building. He's going to give them jobs at the moment. He's going to give them opportunities. Deal done. 3 months after that, there's another question coming out. No, we don't want that. So it was all engineered.
Yeah.
Business people in this country has found what you'd call the new kefa.
Woo!
That's what they found.
Woo!
Let me explain it to you.
Damn!
They found the new kefa.
Buzz!
People died for a living wage.
Yeah.
People died to be unionized. People died for good treatment in the workplace. Look what they do. They now go and get the illegal foreigners at the expense of South Africans. They don't care about minimum wage. They don't care about being unionized. They do as they tell them to do. So they have a longing for apartheid, but they are not brave enough to come out and say it. That we don't want the better black. We want to still exploit you. There was no illegal foreigners during apartheid because they could pay us any amount they wanted. We were
the illegal foreigners.
Yes. Now, illegal foreigners have reversed the gains of apartheid, the gains of our struggle against apartheid. That's why business. I was asked now to speak at a business conference where 200 of the richest guys was at Drakenstein. So I get there, and Helen Zeller speaks first, and Herman Mashaba and them, it was my turn. I just told them, I said, guys, at first we had a fight. Because I see these people are going up with white people music. You know, when you walk up stage, it's like a 50-meter walk. So I hear like, sorry, Marais. I'm like, I'm fucking walking up with that. Like, no way.
Shit.
Yeah. This thing is messy was my street cred. And then Helen Zeller was saying a lot of nonsense about me. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there thinking about a song. And this white DJ there, I said to him, brah, it's my turn to go up. He says, oh yeah, I have a song for you. Sting. I said, my brother, no. Bro, I have you a song here, man. I'm going to give you a song. I said, I want Composer.
Yes, AKA.
He says, I don't have Composer. I said, don't worry. My bodyguard is there. I said, hey, when Composer hit, do I check that video? I walked up there. Was Composer. But it was for Helen Zeller to say, me and you, we are beefing, bro. So I walk up there and I told them my first line, I'm like, guys, listen, all the politicians that spoke to you here, they would say things for you to make them, not to make you angry so you can vote for them.
So they're basically pitching to their blessers.
Yes. No, not only the blessers, but the blessers and politicians say stuff to you to make sure that you don't lose your vote. That's a fact. So I went up that stage and I said to them, this is the 200 richest guys in the country. I said, I looked at all of you here and I have no hope in hell that one of you will vote for me. So you're going to hear the absolute truth because there's nothing I can tell you. And I told them about how they have betrayed Nelson Mandela. How they are the reason why people now call Nelson Mandela a sellout. Because he believed in you guys and you betrayed him. That's why today, nobody, not even the government, has Nelson Mandela Day celebrations.
Yes.
You betrayed Nelson Mandela. You guys are hiring illegal foreigners because you don't want to have black people excel. You love still to be the boss and you are too scared to admit it. I didn't get the Masaba or thing go there, but I was happy that I spoke my truth.
The truth set you free.
So in this country, a guy would say, Rob Hersov is funding you. My brother, if Rob Hersov is funding me, I would have been the number one guy to be for the Cape exit. Because the money, if a guy funds you, he tells you what to say, what to do. What's the first thing they did with the ANC leaders when they came here? They put them all on boards. All of them. Or the majority of them. They put them on boards, different boards. And there...
Ramaphosa was McDonald's, no?
No, he was probably on 100 boards. He was 100 boards. I saw people were getting boards. Now the question that Zuma asked...
So according to you, what happened at Codessa then? So after 1976, what happened at Codessa?
At Codessa, it was taking a kindergarten child, a child that's in kindergarten, taking him and putting him to negotiate a deal with a university professor of the Harvard Business School. These guys were totally out of debt. Number one. But before they got there, they handpicked who should be there, who shouldn't be there, who should lead the discussions, who shouldn't lead the discussions. Mbeki and Zuma was supposed to lead the discussions. They were in London, the two of them. Mbeki, Zuma had a small radio, and that's I heard from him. I confirmed it with him, because my uncle told me. He had a small radio. And Zuma was listening on the radio and he heard that he's in London. Here they've been removed as the lead of Codessa. And Zuma was like, Becky comes down. Zuma says to Becky, you're Faragi. We've been removed. They said it can't be. It can't be. The apartheid spice that was planted in the ANC, most of them were negotiating on our behalf.
Oh my goodness.
How do you explain one thing? How do you explain us?
That's Cyril.
All the people that was negotiating there.
Who was it?
Listen, everybody that you see that has agreed that there should be a sunset clause, but not a sunrise clause. These things cancel each other out. When there's a sunset clause, there should be a sunrise clause. I think it was Nkosazana Zuma Dlamini that asked the question. My brother, we have been conned at Codessa. Codessa was a scam. Codessa, black people, whole struggle was sold at the table of Codessa. How do you explain that none of these people went to jail that killed our leaders? How do you explain that? Before you come at me, explain to me, why is it that all these people that killed our leaders, why are they not in jail? Explain to me, in Cuba, the sugar barons under the leadership of President Batista were all billionaires. When Fidel Castro took over, all of them were removed and the people shared now in the sugar
and
revenue.
Everything, yeah.
All countries, only in South Africa, the most scariest statistic I've heard was at the robbers of the house, who were having a party. At his party, not at his house. I couldn't believe it. I had to go and research that thing. But I couldn't eat. I was hungry, but I couldn't eat after that. One of the billionaires in South Africa says to me, "Hey, G, no, man, we must talk to the ANC. They're not that bad." I said, "What do you mean they're not that bad?" He says, "No, man, ANC is not that bad, man. You must talk to them." He said, "Let me show you. Do you know," but now he's half drunk. "Do you know that during apartheid, no Afrikaner was a billionaire, a dollar billionaire? Not one. We have 13 today in democracy." But I couldn't eat after that. I had to go back and call my commercial lawyers. I said, "Can you check this for me?" They came back and they said, "Gayton, in fact, there's 14 now. The guy told you the truth." Then they were saying, "I asked this guy when he was sober." He says, "If we knew a democracy will be this good to us, we would have long ended apartheid." Business people, what they are doing in this country. Why do you think, when you must see, why do you think I just get bad publicity?
Yeah, because they're not for you.
Do you know that in the history of the Western Cape, in Cape Town, Cape Town is the heart of the DA. I'll give you two states you'll never read about. Do you know that in Cape Town, that for 15 years, only two parties have ever won awards? Only two parties.
DA.
The ANC and the DA. The PA is the first party in 15 years that has also won award in the Western Cape. You don't read about that. Do you know that between 2016 and 2021, the DA lost a third of their voters in Cape Town? But all we hear, the DA is growing. No, how the hell are you growing? When you've lost, there's 3 bottles here.
Yeah.
DA bottle. If this bottle disappears, like you say, we are growing. Come on, bro, we're not all stupid, bro. Because the media, for me, there's no man that can say they own us, the Patriotic Alliance. We listen to our people and we give direction. And we will make sure the Western Cape, the DA will be removed come 2024. They can write what they like about us. Look at what he did with the stadium. We had 20,000 people. I didn't say that. I said that, but the stadium management came and they gave us officially.
Officially, yeah.
20,000 people. But you know what they did? They took a picture in the morning. But I still the what? Go out and say it's a flop.
Yeah.
The narrative they are pushing against me.
So who owns the mainstream media then? Is it those
the
20
guys
people?
with money.
The
Those
200
billionaires.
All
Those-
of them.
No, in South Africa, you know where you must know we failed as black South Africans. And there's something I heard you once on your show. We actually want us to talk about that too. You guys were having a go at me with the AKA and Mampincha story.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was asking about that after you're laughing, so you had to go at me, son of a. Yeah, so had to go at me there, but I want to answer that. I wanted to ask me. I wanted to clear the air on that issue.
Of course.
problem.
But what you must understand is that in South Africa, Bruh, the black people own nothing. When you hear about black billionaires, they are lying. If you are a black billionaire, bruh, I don't know black billionaires. I don't know color.
Patrice.
Bruh, I tell you this about Patrice. I like him. It's cool. We met the other day. We had a nice chat. But they have paper money. I don't know, do I make sense? They have shares. They have shares there. But the person that gave him the shares can pull that share so they can
Yes.
they can take those shares.
They own you.
They out there. Bruh, I'm talking about, it was thing that said one day he wanted to see is he really a billionaire. Dangote. He said he went to the bank. Dangote said this. He said, bruh, I went to the bank. I said, give me 100 million there.
Yeah.
He drew 100 million. He put it in his car.
Wow.
He took it home. These ones can't draw 100 million. Rather,
And all of those shares is for them to keep quiet.
no black man has a bank in this country. No black man owns a proper insurance company.
Time Bank, isn't that Patrice?
My brother, have you ever seen an ATM? You have Time Bank. Which bank doesn't have an ATM? No, I'm just being, sometimes people, Patrice and them, they mustn't play.
Capitec. Did you see the marketing team of Capitec? It's just white people.
Bruh, the whole board is white.
Yeah.
In this country, the truth that must be told, and that's why I said the country needs me. Because me, I'm not going to lie to you.
And
When
sugarcoat
we
you.
will change stuff here. How can the PIC that's sitting on 1.8 trillion gives money, all the buildings you see here in Centon, all these high-rise buildings, they got money from the PIC. They mustn't lie. It's the day when black people can see who the PIC gives money to and not to up-and-coming people. They
deserve it.
They deserve it. In our country, our people still have a long way to go.
Is that why a platform like this will never get funding from the government?
That's what you got 1 million people listening to you, chillers. Do you know that I've got a friend that has a podcast? A friend. Bruh, he's got like 300,000. That nigga gets money and he's white. He gets money that you guys can only dream of. And that's why a guy like me, they can say what they like about me. But whoever says they are funding the Patriotic Alliance, let him stand up now because I have money. Kenny has money. We've been putting our money in. It is only now that we realize we are in the big leagues. When we say to people, come give us money without a contract. Give me money, but without a contract. Don't tell me what to say, what not to say. My brother, I can tell you, there's so many things that needs to happen in this country, which the ANC government had 30 years, 3 decades to fix. They couldn't. They need to make us come to the fore. We have commercial sense. We understand what you need to do to change the face of the economy. The first thing you need to do if you want to change the face of the economy, the first thing, for every 1 rand in circulation, 50 cents come from government. You need to withdraw big business from government tenders and make emerging businesses benefit from the stream of government. That's your first thing when you want to change this thing. Cancel BEE. Because you see, BEE is a joke, bruh. It's a joke. I've put together big BEE deals. I've put together the biggest BEE deal in this country called Goldfields. I put it together. I was the lead on that deal. It's the only deal in the whole of South Africa, BEE deal, where people got money from day one without putting a cent. That's empowerment. The other ones, you get shares. They give you 20 bucks shares, 20 rand. 2 days after you sign that contract, the share is worth 18 rand. Now you owe them a 2 rand. That's madness, bruh. The Goldfields people, since the day I put that deal together, people have been getting money. And they attacked me left, right, and center because they wanted to kill the model that I'm using. But what I will do, I will cancel BE. You know what I will bring in? I will say to companies, you can't have your father as a white man. Your father left you a business that he built. Now you must come and share this thing with Saul and G and Mac. You can't do that, man. Business doesn't work like that. So what I will do, everybody must go on with their business. You don't need to have a black partner. But every company that's not black, I will start an empowerment trust. Must contribute 1% of their turnover, not their profit, because they'll do gymnastics, accounting gymnastics. They'll do accounting gymnastics. They'll cook it properly, properly. I will take 1% of your turnover and I will put it into an empowerment bank, a trust. Then every person that says they are BEE, they are black, previously disadvantaged, can apply for a loan. But there are levels. Once you've applied for a car wash and you pay back the money,
boom,
you can go to level 2.
100%.
Level 2 is now property.
Yes.
Level 3 is banks.
Yes.
But you got to show yourself. But once you can't pay back that money,
it's chai.
Yeah, you are not getting money again. That's the only way. For as long as there's BE, you have domestic workers that working in people's houses being business partners. You have gardeners being business partners. They don't even know. They're just being made to sign something. And these people are getting government contracts from nothing. It's also unfair to white people to bring a guy in that wants to play. He's sitting on the bottom of the letterhead, at the top of the salary bill, and he plays golf the whole day. He contributes nothing. So I am saying, have a trust administered by the private sector. And let all companies, you lose your license if you don't give 1% of your turnover. It will become $1 trillion fund in no time.
Let's go back to the business people. What's their end goal? I'm really fascinated, but so they don't give a shit about us.
Let me tell you, I wouldn't say they don't give a shit, but I'm going to tell you this. They don't have your expectation of them. It's not in their plan. I'm going to repeat that. Your expectation. I was dating a girl. And every time I ask her out for dinner, she would say, her friends, "I'll get me out for, I think he's popping the question tonight." That time, marriage wasn't in my plan.
Yeah.
So her expectation didn't meet my plans. So black people's expectation of business people is not in the plans of business people. Profit is in the plan. Yeah, they'll give a little charity here, a little charity there, a little charity there. And it's unfair to expect business people to transform our lives. It's unfair. They pay tax. Why are they paying tax? They pay tax so the government can
transform
your life. Yeah. So let us not put the responsibility on business people to transform our lives. We vote for a party that should transform our lives. Not business people. We didn't vote for them.
The party we voted wants to be business people now.
They need to choose. Let me show you. I have 5 businesses. I had to make a choice. I had to make a choice to say, do I continue with business or do I go full-time in politics?
100%.
You can't do both. It's a clash. It's unethical. You're going to get yourself bumping heads. I had to choose and say, I'm going to politics full-time. I'm in politics full-time now.
Gayton, I don't get, why would you choose that? I mean, you've got businesses, you're successful. See, for example, you're walking around with bodyguards now, but when you weren't a politician, life was simpler and great.
Your family sorted.
Yeah, why can't you just enjoy your money, man?
Now, let me tell you the issue of the bodyguards. Let's start there.
Hey, these guys are scary, man.
Yeah, that's this one. They
don't smile.
I saw you.
They don't smile, bro. You can try. Hey, they don't smile, these guys, bro.
I saw, Black was still trying, MacG was trying to get a smile out of them. Like, I said, brother.
Focus, kids.
No, let me tell you, the issue is that it's other day I was in Israel and I went to McDonald's. And I realized for the first time in 4 years, I'm alone. Nobody next to me. And I started walking around, this feeling of freedom.
Yeah, freedom.
So it's not that we enjoy walking around with bodyguards and stuff like that. But the issue is that, brother, they kill you here. For politics. They kill you, bro.
But he's right. Why would you want to put your...
Now, why would you
I'm coming to that.
Why would you choose that?
You know, there comes a time and a place in your life when this country's given me a lot, bro.
I see.
Let me tell you something. I always tell people, I said, there's nothing that money, or I didn't say that money can buy, but there's nothing that I would want that I can't afford. But this country has given me a second chance. This country has given me so much. And I look at, when we started the party, originally when we started the party for colored people. We soon realized this thing is a foolish thing you are doing, to only be there for colored people. You're going nowhere if you just want to be there for colored people. But because of what I've seen, what's happening to the colored community.
Yeah.
That had to...
And it's your reality. It's what you know.
Yes, and I mean, and it's going to be the reality of my kids. My kids are colored. They can't uncolor themselves. And then I said, you know what? I can do one of two things. I can complain, I can swear, or I can jump in the ring. So I decided to jump in the ring. And I can tell you I've not regretted that decision.
Wow.
Till today. I always say to people, there comes a time and a place where when you have money, when you realize that money is very important, but it's not everything.
So you got fuck you money?
Well, I wouldn't say I got fuck you money. I still want money. But what I'm saying to you is that here's the issue. I grew up poor, bro. People say they were poor. People like to say they were poor. But they had pajamas. No poor man has pajamas. Let's start there. That's my barometer for when you're poor. Yeah. When you say you're poor, I'm like, brother, did you have pajamas? Like, of course. I'm like, brother, you can't be poor and have pajamas. My parents didn't have time to buy pajamas. You sleep was what the fuck you wearing? So I was poor. I was very poor. I grew up poor. I was soup kitchen poor. I was telling, so my sister was sitting, my older sister, she's a deputy principal now. I said to her, do you remember Sharon? How we would have no food, bruh. But her pride and her ego will not allow her to stand in the soup kitchen. I not only stood in the soup kitchen, bruh. I became a professor of a soup kitchen. Let me explain. When I look at the pot, I would know where I should go stand in the line.
Jeez.
When the pot is half, I know I must go to half of the line. When the pot is full, I know I must go stand at the back of the queue because I'm going to be sent to go and clean up the last ones.
Yeah.
That was my reality. And then when I became blessed and started making money, I realized, bruh, here we were poor. You only realize when you have it.
Yeah.
How poor you were.
Yeah.
What I have now, I have enough. My children are happy. We do the stuff that I always read about.
How did you meet Kunene?
Yeah, very interesting. I was in jail in Grootfontein maximum security prison. And I was a leader of the 26 gang. So I was a nuisance, bro. And one day, this boy was raped, one white boy in jail.
Jeez.
And one of the rules in jail is you don't interfere with the work of another gang. Brother, they raped that boy. I did nothing. They raped him for 18 hours.
Yes, man.
There was blood on the floor, blood everywhere. Nobody helped him. The next day, I went to the bathroom. And he was laying in the corridor, naked, shivering in his own blood. And just as I was about to jump over him, I said, hey, boy, you need to go to the police. And he said, there's criminals that did this to me. They killed me. Yo, bruh. That's the first time in my life I can remember I did something that my mother and father would have been proud of. At great risk to my life, I picked up that boy. I took him to the wardens. When I got there was blood all over me. And I told him this boy has been raped. And he said, there's no proof. I said, look at the blood on my T-shirt. And then he said, there's no proof. And then I remembered Judge C.B. Salier that sentenced me. He said to me, when he sentenced me, he said, I must give you life. but I'm not going to give you life because there's something in you. You can still change your life. You're one of the smartest people I've ever had standing here. So I'm going to give you 17 years and not life. And I thought about his words that moment. And we then decided we're going to make a video to expose all the corruption, all the rapes in jail. We made this video. Long story short.
Decided to snitch.
Yes. Like, you call it snitch. This snitch. Nothing I can say about it. Because I went against who I was.
Yes.
Yeah. And, you know, when we brought out that video, it was shown all over the world. It was shown everywhere. And when we came out, and then the war started, the 28th, and everybody now wanted us dead. And I love reading. I love reading. So I'm sitting in the cell every day. We are now being kept away from the other guys. And then one day I'm like, man, I'm going to go to the library. Whoever wants to kill me can kill me. I'm going to go to the library. So I walk to the library. I choose the books I want. On my way back, I see 3 guys that I know. But on their facial expressions, guys are not the way I know them. You know how when you meet Saul, how he is.
Yes.
But I'm like, what's happening here? And then there comes a guy pushing a trolley. The T-boy in jail. The T-boy pushing a trolley. And he says, there's guys waiting for you around the corner with knives. That was Kenny. It was a T-boy, I didn't know him. That moment, he was having a half-eaten cake and a knife there. So I took the knife because there's nowhere to run.
Yeah.
And I go around the corner and they stab me here, you can see my hands. And I stabbed 3 of them, they stabbed me, but I managed to get out. So Kenny basically saved my life. I was dead.
Wow, man.
And then I called him to my office. I said, you know, you gave me the knife. They're going to kill you. I'm going to make you a gang member today because that's the only way I can protect you. So I didn't make Kenny a gang member. And I said, your bed must be here because you saved my life. And he taught me, he said to me one day, I'll never forget it, bro. He said, bro, you got so much power here in jail.
Yes.
People are so scared of you here. Why don't you use this for the good, bro? You're a good person, man. Bro, you can be successful outside. And he planted this thing in me. You can be somebody when you come out. And he reignited a dream in me. Wow. And we promised each other one thing. He said, whoever goes out first will come look for the other. And I managed to go out first. And I became semi-successful. So I'm looking for Kenny, and Kenny has been released from jail, and I can't find him. One day I'm sitting at a party, and this guy is describing the new teacher. But this guy is describing, this is Kenny, man. I said, what's the guy's name? They say Tapelo. I said, no, man, I know Kenny Kunene. I'm like, wait, let me just go and check. Bro, I get to that school called Calculus. I park my pants, jump out. Kenny's busy teaching some kids soccer. He wasn't even a good soccer player. What the fuck is teaching the kids? He was a cow in soccer. Just teaching them soccer there. I like the miseducation of our children in sports. And when he sees me, he saw me. I saw him. So I used to call him Astra. I said, Astra! He says, Kansas! It's like a movie, bro. Two lovers running to each other. Bro. We haven't seen each other, bro. We haven't seen each other, bro. And we hugged like that, brother. I'm like, bro, I'm looking for you. He says, yeah, where are you now? I said, I'm in Joburg. He says, let's go. He didn't even resign. So he jumps in my car, we go, then there's a roadblock. He says, hey, G, bro, did you steal this car? Be honest with me. Is this your car? I said, no, this is my car. Don't worry. So Kenny is not my friend.
Wow.
He's my brother. I'd never do all this shit. He's doing sushi.
Yeah.
That's not my
vibe.
He's my brother. There's nothing that can come between me and that man. I love that man with all my heart. He is a true friend. We fight, but our friendship and our loyalty is unbreakable.
That's amazing, man.
Nothing, bro. When I made my first million, I said, Kenny, I'm a millionaire. Come. And when go. I made it, you can't, people claim people. You can't be a billionaire. And your best friend is not even a millionaire.
Hey.
You understand what I'm saying? If you are a billionaire, at least your best friend must be a millionaire at least.
Yeah.
And for me, Kenny has been that friend and brother I never had.
Wow. How was life in prison? Because we've interviewed a lot of people who've been in prison, some crazy stories. But how was your life in prison? And number two, how did you get arrested? Like, what happened?
Yeah, no. Firstly, how I was arrested is that, crime for me was a career choice from a young age.
Yeah.
From a young age.
Yeah.
My father was the most honest man, and I'm not just saying
Is
that.
your father here?
My dad, I tell you now, it's my dad.
No, this is you.
Yeah,
Huh?
that's me. Was like, I think I was 10.
wow.
You're 10 years.
Yeah, I know what he's 10,
Bro, I'm a big fan, bro.
Aye.
10 never day, bro.
You look like one of your bouncers.
Yeah, you look like a solid 17-year-old here.
Yeah, no, I wasn't 17. Then I can tell you.
Yeah.
I told my dad, that's my little sister.
Oh, that's your
Sarah?
sister.
Yeah, she's the one I told you is a deputy principal.
Oh,
There's only
okay.
2 of us at home.
Is it?
Yeah, and so that was at my birthday.
Okay, that's your mom and dad.
That's
yeah.
my mom and dad. My mom worked at Pick and Pay.
You got
That's my dad.
That's
me.
your dad.
That's my dad. That man was the most honest man I've ever known.
yeah.
And you know what I say is honest? I'll make you an example. He used to fix cash registers. And those years they used to put the money under the drawer.
Yes.
Bruh, there will be no food at the house and he will find money that the cash register is fixing at home.
Yeah.
He will take that money to the white people just like that.
Wow.
My neighbor was a bank robber, fire.
Yeah.
All the girls,
Cars.
the life.
Yeah.
So when I was 8 years old, when I was dead, I was 8 there, 8, 7. I already knew I'm not going to be my dad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be fire when I grew up. And that's when I started washing the cars of gangs.
Yeah.
I started getting involved, I would get like $50.
Yeah.
And that will make me the richest kid at school, bruh.
Yeah.
For washing the cars, I'll have $50.
Yeah.
And I'll be the boss at school and the boy of the gangsters. And then one
You've
day,
always been a boss, eh?
bruh, only when I was at school, the gangsters, I was like the send around boy. Hey, to get Stuyvesant. Yeah, when I saw me. Get that, whatever. But yeah, so I had a double life. And during the day when I'm at school, I'm a boss. After school, I'm going back, I put on my overalls. I'm a gangster's bitch, whatever. So then one day, one of my best prayers were answered. The guy that was driving, because I would park the cars, wash the cars, drive the cars, being sent around with the gangsters' cars. Didn't rock up when they went to go rob the bank. I was 16 years old. Not even 16, it was January, so it wasn't not 16 because my birthday was in March. And I was involved in my first bank robbery. And there was no turning back for me after that. I then went to go buy Gusheshes. I went to go buy cars.
How's the adrenaline? It's crazy.
Right, it's crazy. You know, I look back and think, I look at my lighty. At that age now, it's 15.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fuck. I was getting an AK-47 and this boy is like a nerd. Do you get what I'm saying?
What were your responsibilities like with the bank robberies? You know, there's a getaway driver, there's, I don't know.
What happened at first, I was the driver. One thing I can do very well, and I always tell my bodyguards, and they know even my drivers, I'm a very good driver, bro. There's one thing I can tell you, there's many things I can't do, but driving is my thing.
Yeah.
And so I was a driver. But then what happened was, when we get, like, for instance, 100,000 a robbery, money wasn't as crazy as people think on the movies. We'll get 30,000, we'll be happy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's not as big amount. I see guys are throwing big amounts of money on the shows. They're talking shit. There's like 30,000. But what happens, let's say, for instance, there's 5 of us. And there's 100,000 we get. Because I'm a lighty. It's 2,000.
That's a lot of money, bro.
For me. And they will get that. Then I left them to go start my own bank robbery. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Because I can't be getting 2,000, these guys. And then my father's age. What did I say? When I'll see you next time. Sorry, bring the 2,000. Then I started my own gang, and that's where things were starting to move.
Yeah.
And then they arrested us.
Did you have a specific criteria, like you'll never rob black people?
No, we never. Black people had no money to rob, bro. Let me tell you, what will rob a black person? You're looking at witchcraft. I never robbed a black person in my life, bro. What will you rob? They got nothing. You must run the risk of being bewitched because you've taken 75 rands. Bro. But I've never robbed a black person. They can say what they like. I've never. Then, you know the saddest part of my life, bruh, is the other day. That's the first time I really got tears in my eyes. I was at my sister's house, so I look at the picture. She shows me a picture. There's 16 people in the picture. All 15 were dead. I'm the only one alive. You know, dead. I had tears. Let me tell you, I was doing this. I was like crying.
That's crazy.
And what makes me cry is that, and that very same day, I only went to my sister's house because there's a lady that children got a problem, and I went to go sponsor 100K. And I'm thinking, I'm sponsoring 100,000 now. And my friends used to die for 30,000. That messes you up, bruh.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? That messes you up. I mean, like I tell people, I said, you know, gangsterism, bruh, in jail, you know.
Oh, you never told us how you got arrested. Yes.
So that one day we went to go rob this casino.
Yeah, casino.
And when we robbed this casino, it is casino, a garage. We robbed this place. And when we came out with the money, one of the guys that's with me, my best friend, his girlfriend's brother knows both of us because we grew up together.
Yeah.
And I say to him, let me shoot him. He says, no, you can't shoot my swamp. And we said, don't talk. Bruh, that boy didn't talk.
Yeah.
He sang like a canary.
Yo.
Do you know what got me in prison? We were playing football with him one day.
Yeah.
And I was pushed against the wire and it nearly cut off my finger. In court, this fucker says to the I said, you don't know me.
Yeah.
He says, I know you. I even know that day when we played soccer. And what? He says, your finger was nearly off. The mark is there. But I could pay for another finger at that moment. I start closing my hands. I'm like, what you say? Bruh, the judge says, can we see his finger? I'm like, no, it's fine. It's fine if you say I was there. Whatever. No? And we had a funny story about the witness. My witness, the false witness. There's a movie called Twins. Danny DeVito. Arnold Schwarzenegger. So the guy that's giving evidence in my defense that I couldn't have been in the robbery because we were watching a movie. This guy said we watched Twins. And the prosecutor asked him, how does those twins look?
Yeah.
He says, like twins? What do you mean? Look at the twins in that swallow. Twins look the same. Like you say, all the And that's when I knew I was going to jail. Then I got my first robbery. They hit me 8 years. Then the first charges came. All the charges came now. Then they gave me 13 years. And the third one came, it took me to 17 years.
But you never killed anyone during the robberies, no?
No, never. We were just very fortunate. But I'll tell you this craziest thing you ever had probably on the show. Do you know that from the age of 10, I so badly wanted to kill anybody.
Wow.
Like, you know, it's something that people don't grasp. We colored boys, when we grew up, we call it you've made your bones. Have you made your bones? So if you've not killed somebody there, you've not made your bones. You can't lie about killing somebody because they know we live. And I grew up wanting so badly to kill people. You know, I remember one guy was stealing my coat, bruh. A coat I got as a gift from fire.
Yeah.
Gave me a leather coat. Because it was summer.
Yeah.
I was rocking that leather coat in summer, bruh. I would sweat. But I'm wearing a leather coat, bruh.
You're on fire.
Yeah, I'm on fire, bruh. And I put the coat in my room one day.
Yeah.
And somebody stole the coat.
Jeez.
And I kept on saying, I wish I can catch him. I'm going to kill him.
I'm going to kill him.
Yeah, and I catch this guy wearing my coat. And he says to me, I said, this is my coat, bruh.
Yeah.
He says, yeah, you get it when I'm dead. I'm like, sure, I'm getting it today. He got my gun. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bullets.
Hey.
Take my coat. The fucker didn't die.
Yo.
Listen, let me tell you. Well, like, MacG.
Hey man, you must be a bad shooter.
No, bro, you don't know. Whenever I ever went to shoot in school, bro, I got a gun. And I was told, go. You know, like, when your father was at least teaching you how to ride a bicycle, you were told, here's a gun. Can you do this? Yeah, go shoot. We're bad shots, man.
Man, that's crazy.
And we grew up with that belief. And
Is that because of Tupac, bro?
No, what before Tupac? I didn't know Tupac, bro. We grew up. I always say, and I say it was all respect to black guys. No?
Yeah.
They want to act all gangster.
Yeah.
Bro, come on, man. You're not a gangster.
You're not a gangster, bro.
Bro, you come here, you talk about it. Bro, these guys were gangsters. You can see them. I take bodyguards. That was all.
Yeah.
Bro, this life of gangsterism, I hate it. Bro, you know, it's like you grow up and you believe a certain thing. You believe that I gotta make my bones. If you are born on the side of the Americans, you're not a gangster. You just MacG that is a dream to have the top podcast in Africa. But where you are born, decide which gang you are. So when you are born on the side of the Americans, you are American whether you like it or not. When they're looking for Americans, they're looking for you.
As well.
So it's a choice that's being enforced on you by the circumstances.
And survival of the fittest.
The survival of the fittest. And I look at it today, and the worst part is nothing has changed in our communities, in the color communities. You still have in Joburg, you have Varados, you have fast guns.
How would you change it in the Western Cape? It looks like it's getting bad, man.
No, it's getting worse than what we had, bruh. We, you know, like the gangsters has taken over the social responsibility role of government and business. When a lady, let me show you how gangsterism grow in the Western Cape. And I'll tell you the difference between Joburg and Western Cape.
Got you.
A lady will be told by the DA government, you didn't pay this month, where you are losing your house.
Okay.
What does she do?
She cries to
She goes to the gang boss. Help me and my children. And he asks, how many kids, how many boys do you have? I've got 4 boys. Bring them here. Then he says, these 2 come. You're now working for me. Mother, here's your money. That house now becomes a safe house for the guns.
Yeah.
For the drugs. So this thing is not stopping. Government doesn't know. By evicting people,
what they're doing,
you are upping the membership of the gang. In Joburg, in the fights, I hear a lot of time, even on this show, I once heard you saying it's a drug, they're fighting over drugs.
Yeah.
It's not just drugs. Drugs is one part of the fight. It's blood. It's blood. The fight is, drugs is a small part of this fight. The fight is blood. I grew up without the dad. I'm saying now, just with an example. I had my dad, but now I'm asking my mom, where's my dad? No, your dad was killed. But who killed my dad? No, I'm not going to tell you. Then the street tells you, Saul killed your dad.
Yeah.
Now you come. Hear Saul. Saul's brother. Who killed Saul? It's G. Come for me. So the blood cries out. So you need a generational, the blood of, we have fights here that's still about our grandfathers in the colored community. And come to the point I said, to say that the problem that I see, my mom is a black Sotho woman. My father is a colored. I am, you know, the worst. I never thought I will have such allegation leveled at me. Of being racist. Me!
Imagine.
But I love for unity amongst black and colored
people. But remember, they're trying to just throw names at you.
Yes.
Hopes it sticks.
But I want to explain something to you where I think black people make some mistake. Black people want to tell colored people how they should feel. And it's a mistake. Black people don't have the full story of colored life.
You can never understand.
Yeah.
I want to explain on your show for the first time. Do you know that in every colored police station, in a colored community, you will be hard-pressed to find a colored policeman. There's black policemen in a colored community. In the clinics, in every colored area in South Africa, your chillers can go and watch, look what I'm saying. It's black nurses in a colored community. Now, let me tell you what is the repercussions of that. When I come to open a case against my husband because he's beating me up, I meet a policeman that doesn't speak Afrikaans and I don't know English. He must write my statement in a broken language that none of us understand.
Yeah.
When people go for tablets, I know of cases where old people were asking for ear things and they were giving prevention tablets.
Because they don't care.
Because of the language. No, it's not even don't care. They do care.
yeah.
The language barrier. Colored people have not been promoted policemen for the past 15 years.
That's crazy.
Wardens in South Africa, and this is fact. Now, a lot of black guys are emotional about this stuff, not hearing. Do you know the wardens in Cape Town decided this is unfair? We are being told we can't be promoted because we are colored. They then went to court. They went to the Constitutional Court just for the right
To be promoted.
to be considered for promotion. Now, what message are you giving to colored people? Where the apartheid regime got the ANC brilliantly at Codessa was when they told them colored people must not be treated the same as you.
For real.
At Codessa. They told them, colored people. Now, if you look at me, I'm the first one to organize a march in my community in solidarity with black kids that don't have free textbooks. We got free textbooks and black kids had to buy it. I organized a march, the first march attended by 11,000 students to march in solidarity with black kids. Now, here's the main point. The apartheid regime, you had the first MK soldier to die in battle was Basil February, it was a colored. You had Ashley Creel that died the same way that Steve Biko died. You had Anton French that died the same way that Andrew Zondo died. You have Neville Alexander that went to the same prison that Walter Sisulu went to. You had Solomon Mahlangu that was hanged. And you had Mr. Rivers, a colored guy that was also hanged for the same things. So black and colored was always one. Now what does the ANC do? This is where you can't have this debate on Twitter. The ANC come and they say, MacG, you African. Coloreds, you can't be African. You black. This is law. This is legislated.
For real.
So before you come at me,
That's apartheid, isn't it?
that's apartheid. So when colored people want to verbalize this, so what Gayton McKenzie is doing, I talk what is being spoken about
In the
our
streets,
dinner
yes,
tables,
yes.
in our safe spaces.
Yes.
I bring it to Twitter.
Of course, yeah.
What is the difference between colored and black people? We're together in the struggle, but today, colored people are not seen as African. What are we, brah? We are the indigenous people of this country.
Shit, did you know that, so? Because he's on Twitter a lot.
No, I didn't.
It's fact, brah.
Didn't know this.
When you
Crazy,
fill in
man.
Yeah, it's
any
nuts,
government form, you get African, you get black, you get white, you get Indian. We've been separated from our brothers. So when we talk, they're like, Lerata Mahua, you want to be white, you want to be what? Look at what he did. When we had this thing on AKA and Mampincha. I tell you something about that thing because...
Wait, what happened? What did you say? I don't remember.
Yeah,
What
our
did you
song
say?
was coming from...
I forgot, man. Just remind me, Gayton.
Yeah, we
But
said
I
a lot
remember
of,
it
we
was-
said a lot of things, man.
Oh, it was the funerals, the state funerals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bruh,
So what did you say, so?
I think Gayton had complained about Mampincha's funeral
Yes.
being them wanting to
sponsored.
make it
State sponsored, yeah.
state sponsored and AKA wasn't.
Yes.
Right,
I
yeah.
was highlighting that.
Got you.
Now, there's many things that... And Twitter went for me. But the truth of the matter is... Yeah, now they say KwaZulu-Natal. We talk about government. There's nothing to do with KwaZulu-Natal. AKA dies. Mampincha dies. AKA's Mampincha's family didn't even need to ask. He was afforded a state funeral. It's not only about paying. It's about honor and that goes with the whole bells and whistles. AKA's family.
Who some might argue is a bigger star.
Yes, no, he is. Mampincha was my friend, so I can tell you AKA was. I wasn't friends with AKA, but I was friends with Mampincha. AKA's family then waited and nothing happens. And then they approached Panyaza Lesufi. Panyaza was then prevented. Panyaza, I had dinner with Panyaza that evening. And I must say, big up to Panyaza because Panyaza wanted, he thought it's just a easy thing.
Yeah.
And when Panyaza was prevented from having a state funeral like Mampincha for AKA, they prevented it. He didn't stop there, Panyaza. He then went to the president. Even the president refused.
Jeez.
The president refused.
Oh, wow.
Fuck me.
I had dinner with Panyaza. I said to him, if you have a problem, I'll pay for the funeral, but don't say it come from me. And he never called me to say if the family wanted me to help, but it wasn't about money.
Yeah.
But people don't admit it. It was only because AK is a colored.
Yes.
And that they can argue, they can hate me for my truth. The only thing I regretted afterwards about saying it was not the fact that what I've said, but the fact that I didn't think about Babe Sodumo. Her wounds were still fresh.
Yes.
You understand? So this whole thing brought
comes out.
It came out.
Yeah.
I felt very bad about that. And on your show, I want to apologize to Babes for using Mampinsa. But he was my friend. I mean, he did my mom's house.
Speak of
in
you.
Makupe,
100%,
whatever.
yeah.
But, brah, if you look at the police force, the Amapanyazas,
Yeah.
they took 18,000 Amapanyazas. There was not one colored.
Wait, there's no colored use in Amapanyas.
18,000. We had to stand up. We had to stand up and make our voices clear. We even have to threaten that we will pull out of Joburg. They then had another effort afterwards, only for coloreds in India. Now, I'm trying to show you.
Yes.
10,000 policemen were accepted today. 10,000. 200 are colored. How do you explain that we are one nation? So when, the reason why we went to Orlando Stadium is to bring the Cape Flats to Soweto. To break that gel of we are one thing.
Yeah.
But people, MacG, what they do to colored people is not right. And if I'm going to be told I'm racist for highlighting the colored issue,
So be it.
so be it. Then don't vote for me. But the black agenda is on the table. The white agenda is on the table. The Indian agenda is on the table. I just want the colored agenda to also be on the table. And I don't want colored people to get preferential treatment above black people because that's another apartheid.
Which is why what Tyler's doing, I don't know if you know about it, it's so magical because she's waving the colored flag per se worldwide. You know what I mean? She embodies and embraces being a colored from South Africa.
Tyler's, bruh, let me tell you, Tyler and Trevor Noah, these guys, Benny McCarthy, they bringing new role models to the color community. You know how many times I said with guys and they go like, black power. I even have guys, white power. But the moment we say colored power, then we must feel guilty. They say I'm black. Look, McKenzie is so dark. Paul Tusi is lighter than him, but he says he's colored. They don't understand. Colored is not your color. I'm lighter than Benny McCarthy. Colored is a lifestyle. It's a vibe. It's a movement. To be a colored is not how light-skinned you are. Or they don't understand that. And for me, I'm very proud that I've managed to do for colored people what I've done because gone are the days when colored people were not seen. Panyaza and them there to make out another advert. City of Joburg got 36,000 employees.
Wow.
There was probably 10 colors working there in senior positions. That is changing.
Nice.
And we don't want to, I would never, colored people are the perfect people to bring unity. We just want unity. We want, in this country, under my leadership, we will cancel race, bruh.
What do you think about the bank manipulation scandal?
Bruh, this is, it's not only the bank manipulation, everything, bruh, the prices in South Africa, how they manipulate people. There's a guy that started a brewery. There's a guy that started a brewery.
So everything is fixed.
But everything is fixed. These people are fixing stuff. These people need to go to jail. If you want to see them go to jail, vote for me. Me, I'm not scared of them. I will lock them up. And I will make sure that we are.
You know they are.
I know them. I understand them. They hate me. I hate them. It's cool. It's we cancel each other out. It's a hate for a hate.
You don't need them. You need
I don't need them. I need you.
Yeah.
I'm saying to people that, I say this was all humility. But here's the issue. South Africa needs to be at the helm of South Africa. And I tell you why I'm saying that. Because for the first time, you'll have a leader first that will mass deport every illegal foreigner. Mass deport.
How do you plan on doing that? There's so many.
My brother, I know power.
Okay.
I know power. Once you understand power, the state is the ultimate power. It might not look like that for you or for Saul, because what you see is your reality and your perception. When you have power, I'll make you an example. We go to the World Cup in Russia. There's a World Cup in Russia. And the gangster, the hooligans, soccer hooligans, they come. I saw a clip of a guy jumping, one of the soccer hooligans, jumping on top of a police vehicle. And these guys, the next day, I just see the same clip of this guy being under pipes, eating his food through a straw. They don't fuck around, bro. Now, what you need in our...
That's Russia for you.
But our country needs law and order.
Yes.
Yeah.
You're going to do nothing without law and order. So, you know, I'm at a bus stop the other day. I was overseas. Pride, such a surreal feeling. I'm sitting at a bus stop. There's 8 girls coming, but one of them is super drunk.
Mm.
They're all drunk, but the one was super drunk.
Mm.
These girls don't know me. I'm sitting there, and these girls go like, our bus is coming, sir. Are you sober? I said, yes. Would you just make sure she gets on the next bus? And they leave this girl alone with me in South Africa. No, never.
What the fuck?
What I'm trying to show you is
Where the
the
bouncers?
level of safety that they feel. Children walk around it.
Oh, you mean in Russia?
I was in Europe.
Oh, you mean in Europe? Oh,
I'm
I'm
saying,
talking about here.
No,
I'm like,
no.
Bouncers.
In the level of safety that they feel in the country.
Yes.
We are scared here. Foreigners have taken over here. Even in this mall, when I came here, it's only them working.
It's not even Europe. Even in other African countries, you go to Botswana, they leave their cars with the keys inside.
Next door, yeah.
But we need
Safe.
that. We need that. All I'm saying to you is that
Because there's law and order.
law and order. I will come back with me. You mustn't vote for me if you want a leader that's going to consult. I'm going to take decisions. Decisions that will make people make
Have
money.
you been to Zim?
Yes, many. I had businesses in Zim.
Yeah.
How safe is Zim?
Very safe. Bruh, Zimbabwe is very safe because,
Zambia, beautiful.
bruh, you know, I was in, where was I now the other day? I was in Dubai. I left 100K in my bag. And I had to take out my phone out of the safe, but 100K is in the safe. And I take my phone and I'm like, yes, Kenny, what happened? So he's telling me about this friend of ours in an accident.
Yeah.
So I walk out to breakfast, and from breakfast, my friend say, let's go. So we're leaving. Something tells me, I didn't lock that safe. Bruh,
Make a U-turn.
I called the taxi. I told the taxi guy, I'll give you extra, bruh. Speed up. I'll pay for this ticket. I got there. The room was lent. There was already bedside for me.
Yeah.
I got there. 100K was chilling.
Wow.
Nobody touched.
Wow.
I'm just saying that we need something different. We've tried democracy. It doesn't work for us in this country.
Africans in general.
We tried that. They give you fake democracy. Let me tell you, this is fake democracy. They take all the decisions.
Rwanda is what?
Rwanda, this is the best example you could have made. In the latter part of the century, there was a genocide in Rwanda. Today, Rwanda is the fastest growing party economically, country economically. Rwanda is going forward. Rwanda is...
Starlink.
They got Starlink. Everybody's got Starlink now. Botswana's got Starlink everywhere. It's only here where they are stopping it because they don't want Starlink to come in here.
Yeah.
Because if Starlink comes here...
Vodacom is fucked, yeah.
Yes. These guys are having a free ride.
Yeah.
They need me to come in and say, Chief, this is how things are going to be in this country. This is what we are going to do. But the good news I have for the chillers, there's going to be a coalition government. Where there's nobody that gets 50%, you must not even listen to a person that tells you the ANC is going to get 50%. The ANC can't tell you they're not going to get 50%.
Can't they rig it?
No ways. No ways. But, Julius Malema comes from the ANC.
Okay.
I come from the ANC. Many other leaders come from the ANC. We know all the tricks. And we will all be there, making sure that doesn't happen. We know the tricks. We know all the tricks, what they do and whatever. So like, you're not going to play that game with us. When I look from this side, Malema will look from that side. Bruh, you know, I know all the tricks.
So
what they
it's
do.
been done before, is what
Well,
you
you
imply.
know, there's things they do. Let me explain to you, Saul, because you want to stitch now. But let me explain to you, Solomon. Solomon. What I'm saying to you is that, let's take Coke. What happened was Coke to us. We will buy T-shirts, Coke T-shirts. And we'll get ANC guys to start burning Coke T-shirts.
Yes.
And now you as a Coke member,
You're like, what's going on?
what's happening? No, I don't want this T-shirt. If Coke members don't want this T-shirt. And everywhere you'll see Coke T-shirts being burnt.
Yeah.
But it wasn't Coke people burning those
started
T-shirts,
it,
but
yeah.
to killing the brand.
Yeah.
To get them psychologically.
Psychologically, yeah.
So those are all those
Then
tricks.
you
You go to the station and you get a lot of people at voting stations to intimidate people.
Yeah.
You understand? You might not cook the books.
God,
But
God,
you do a lot of intimidating tactics, which will not work with us now because we are part of those tactics.
All right. Gayton, you wake up tomorrow, president of this country. Let's go. What are we changing?
I think the first thing we'll be changing is that first 4 things is, number 1, every business that hires illegal foreigners, we will revoke your license. Number 2, all illegal foreigners, you have 30 days to go home. While we start taking you home, you have 30 days. We don't want to see one of you here. You get arrested with no bail when we get you here. We're not going to deport you. We keep you in jail indefinitely. Number 3, all the mines, this transfer pricing, and you know the mines does, they take, let's say they take gold. They don't sell the gold here. They sell the gold in Dubai. And then they pay tax in where they sell the gold.
Yes.
That things will stop.
Yeah.
I will then change how people operate. I will tell people, this is how B is going to work, this is how redress is going to work. But from now on, we're all South Africans. If you kill anybody, you can go to jail. But you kill a second person, I kill you. I'm bringing the death penalty back. Under my regime,
Good.
the death penalty comes back. Once you kill a person, you go for a long time to jail. You have your second murder, there will not be a third murder. You die. Once you commit a heinous crime, I kill you. If you commit a crime against a child, I kill you. I hang you. And as the president, I'll do the first hangings, just to lead by example.
Jesus.
A politician that steals from the people, I hang you. I will be the first one to hang them. So people, when you come and want to do a robbery, hey, what's a McKenzie ambulance? You want McKenzie, we do it. Then also I would, most importantly, I will make sure that, this is the sad part. People don't understand. The sad part is, we all scream expropriation without compensation. Land. I also want expropriation without compensation. But it wouldn't work. The world has changed. The world doesn't work like that anymore. What I'm saying is there will be compensation, but we will take the land. We will expropriate the land. It's compensation decided by us. Because we are all South Africans now. You don't want to leave half of the community poor. We're going to look forward. We're going to be forward thinking. I'm going to make sure that whatever you want to study in life, you become that. The country is rich enough. We live in a wealthy country. How did I make money in this country? I didn't get inheritance. I made it from the soil of this country.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to people is you have to change the mindset. I'll make you an example. If MacG, something happens, you try something, you try to sell chili sponge, and it's not selling, then Black Twitter makes a joke of you.
Of course.
It's a wrong mindset. We need to change the mindset.
Yeah.
No, in actual fact, they're pushing it.
Yes.
It's advertising.
Exactly. So that's why I always say to my son, listen, firstly, when somebody criticizes you, what you want to do, because he tried to have a party once and he bombed out, he didn't want to show his face. I said to him, who's laughing at you? I said, my son, it's very rare for anybody that's more successful than you to laugh at you.
Yeah.
Ask yourself one question. Does that person eat fish bones or does he eat caviar? If he eats fish bones, don't mind what he say. But if he eats caviar, go and ask him.
Why?
Why? So you can learn something from him. So I'm saying we need to change our mindsets. We need to give people more opportunities.
Yeah.
We need to make sure that there's more opportunities. People that say they started a business was nothing, that's a lie. There's nobody that's self-made. Self-made is a lie, brah. I'm a dollar millionaire, but I'm not self-made. I came up.
We started with a laptop.
Brah, you started with a laptop, but you had people that helped you along the way.
Zero.
There's no way. You cannot do anything, brah.
Kid you not.
Which brewery? Which brewery?
No,
Which brewery?
you're talking now.
No, I'm talking about now. I'm talking about along your journey. Your journey has not ended unless you tell me.
Okay, I get you.
There's always, you see, I always say to people,
Okay, I get you. Yes,
help
start.
will find you along the way.
Okay.
Yeah, I started with a 12 rand.
Okay.
But help found me along the way.
I get you.
They can't ignore you forever. They can't ignore you forever. That's the thing that you must understand. Sponsors can't ignore you forever. The time has come when you will have to choose. No, I don't want this one. No, this doesn't align to our brand. Just stay the course. Just stay the course. I tell South Africans, I said, what they don't know about me is that it's a guy, when I was told I said, hey, I want to watch Arsenal. That was my dream.
Oof, yeah. Emirates.
Yes. And somebody said to me, no, because you have a criminal record, you'll never be able to watch Arsenal. But I've traveled the world. When I started the book, I wrote the book. No publishing house wanted to publish my book. No one, not one. Not one publishing house wanted to start to write my book, to publish my book. I didn't give up. I went to go and start my own
Was it
publishing house.
130? 130 minutes? We still got plenty of time.
I then started the publishing house.
Ooh,
I
yes.
started my own. Everybody said no to me, but I can't say no to myself. So many of you get the no, and then that no, you say to yourself.
Yes.
When they said I can't, they wouldn't want to publish a book from a guy that come from jail. I then started my own publishing house.
100%.
The book I was publishing is now, I've signed a massive deal with Bishop T.D. Jakes'
publishing
company of America to run that part of what the movie I'm making for America.
Beautiful.
I've got people in Russia that are running that part. Beautiful. What I'm saying to you is that people need to understand that no is temporary. You need to understand that you can be anything you want to be in the world, but you got to stay the course.
And focus.
And focus. Stop listening to what people tell you. People are geared to say no, not because they hate you, but sometimes they say no because they love you. They want to see you being disappointed because they've never done this. That's why they think it's impossible.
Or they don't understand.
They don't understand it. If you were to explain this whole thing now to your parents, your mother, what are you guys doing? They don't understand it. You know, when I told my uncle, I want to be a motivational speaker, he said to me, no, I hear you, but what are you going to do for income? I said, that is for income. I said, no, man. I'm also a motivational speaker. I've spoken to this wedding. You know, they asked me when I come to church to speak because he couldn't understand the concept of you getting 100 grand to speak internationally.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying to you is that I just want people to look at our lives, myself and Kenny, and it should inspire them. You know, when I was once asked by my boss to wash his car, to take his car to the car wash, bro, it was a BMW 5 Series. Yes.
You were like, what is this machine?
I was so inspired that I said, I must have this. And we in South Africa, we need to understand that it begins and it ends with you.
What do you think about these politicians that feed like slay queens lifestyles?
Yeah, it's not only, just say, what's your question? I want to make sure I understand.
You know, like these politicians, because we have so many slay queens that come on the show and they be like, oh, this politician paid me 50K for one round or for one night, 100K for this. What do you think about that?
That's not only politicians. It's just the politicians that's under the spotlight. That's what I'm saying. You have nerds, bruh, nerds. That is like CEOs today. Bruh, they have spoiled the market, bruh. They spoiled the market because he's never had a girl in his life. Now he goes and buy her like a Birkin bag. No. So you understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Well, in our time was still Louis, Gucci. Now they're rocking Birkin, bruh. And you're like, you see this guy with the glasses that look like Saul's glasses, thick, and whatever. They've spoiled the market. And all I'm saying is that I've lived that lifestyle.
Yeah.
I've been through that. And I think that most men goes through that stage. It's like I always say to my cousin is this boyfriend now, and she's like, I think he's the one. She says to me, I said, he's not the one. She says, how do you know? I said, he's never had sound in his car. He's never gone out. He doesn't know lights and whatever. So it's not only politicians. The only thing is politicians get so much money. That's sometimes stolen money. They don't know the value of it. That's why they're throwing it at this.
Easy come.
At this girls. It's easy come. But if you really work for money, I wouldn't say you go for a girl, but you will negotiate to say, man, don't go regular Louis, man. Louis is still fine, or Gucci is still fine. Man, take here, Michael Kors, okay? Here's a Michael Kors. But now you don't start there with Celine. You get what I'm saying, yeah? I buy my girl Celine because that's my girl. But, bruh, you're like, not coming to buy this girl a Birkin, and they buy them like Porsches and stuff like that. The problem with all politicians I've seen, they think it's never going to end.
Oh, I see.
But I'm not a politician. I want to speak ill of the dead. But I was a minister. I'm sitting at a place called JB's Corner in Sandton. I'm sitting there, waiting for Kenny. It's in a big meeting. This politician comes, he's like, hey, G, how's it? We start greeting, hey, how are you? I see you no longer minister. He says, yeah, man, hey, but that is Zuma. Untlusi saying, removed me.
Whatever.
I said, fine, sympathize with him. But I'm sitting there. And the guy keeps on passing there. Then I realize this guy is lost. So I call him, I'm like, Joe, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, man, I don't know. I parked outside by a door.
Hey.
I don't know which door it is.
Hey.
I said, don't you know which door?
Hey.
You stay in Sandton. How can you know? Man, what a driver. We are drivers. We have. His life became so conditioned that they drop him at the door. He forgot the normal parts of life.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying to people. When I became the mayor, I refused the blue lights.
Yes.
I refused the salary. I refused these perks that comes with, because those things marry you. You later become a slave
To those things.
to those things instead of being you. And I'm saying to politicians, what you gonna
Who's
see?
that guy put in your mouth? Who's it?
Malusi Gigab.
Yeah, when he lost the lights, he was crying.
Bruh, let me tell you, he's not the only one. Some are just brave enough to cry. The tears can't wait till they get home there. Power, I said to people, I said, I'm gonna be a mayor for 1 year only.
Yeah.
You know what they said? They took a bet. This one is crazy. He will never leave it once he's tasted. Exactly 1 year I left. Because I never wanted to get married to the perks of politicians. They walk in, people take off their hats. Moetapele, big boss, boss of the bosses, Milani. They will get all sorts of names. Once that they become the adulation. Instead of, it should be vice versa. They should idolize the people that put them there.
How are the parties, man? Because, politicians are the new rock stars, eh? The parties are insane,
We went to watch the Grand Prix
Yeah.
with my friends. I couldn't believe it.
Fuck, it's a movie.
Bro, I saw politicians there. I'm like, bro, I was complaining about the money we had to put in the pot for. So my friends like saying, bro, look at the seating we have, man. We could have gone for that one. So when I looked at who's sitting there of South Africa, but I couldn't believe it. I'm like, what the hell? They want to be politicians and ballers.
Yeah.
Those things don't work together.
No, that's true.
Have you seen a politician that, bro, you'll feel sorry for them? Have you seen a politician that lost the gig as a politician when they get removed? Bruh. You know, there was a lady, and I'll mention her name, it broke my heart. One of my friends, Chris Ionidas, got married. Now, here's my friend, a Greek guy, and they're in buildings and business. And he was telling me, hey, man, we cool with, the premier, Winky Direko. I said, yeah, I know Mama Winky. We love Mama Winky. And then, this is one of the things I can never forget, bro. She would be there, the main man. Then she wasn't the premier anymore of the Free State. And fast forward 5 years after that, I think, we were at Chris's wedding. But she was invited. And she was sitting there in the extra strongs. And I was sitting there, I'm sitting at the main table down. Like, you know what?
VIP.
But a VIP, so like, I'm hiding.
Yeah.
Because I'm too ashamed that that's our leader. That's our leader. Like, you are only important to those people when you're in power, bruh.
Fuck me.
Bruh, when you're in power, you are very important to these people. Once you lost, you see how they idolize Malema now. When he was out of power,
Yes.
it was only Kenny that was told by everybody, hey, stay away from Malema. Kenny says, never. I will never stay away from him. But the majority of guys, they didn't know him.
Now
they all, the same was myself. I'm like, people like, Gayton, once you lose this, this is not forever. And that's what people want to understand. I'm the president of the PA. It will not be forever. Somebody else will be the president. I don't want this The best clip I've ever seen, you chillers must watch it, is a clip called Paper Cup.
Paper Cup.
Paper Cup. Just search for it. Where Simon, I think his name is Snike or something like that. Where
Get it for you.
Simon, he said the most profound clip I've ever listened to in my life.
Wow.
Where he speaks about the paper cup. Just say the paper cup story. Simon.
CEO Science Advisor. Simon Sinek.
Yes.
Simon Sinek.
The paper cup story.
Yeah.
You play that clip, bruh. You'll understand. He tells a story of a guy that was the under secretary. And he arrived at the place a year after he was the under secretary. He arrived at the place a year after that. And he had to fly economy class. He had to get a taxi there. He had to come then ask, sorry, where can I get coffee?
Yeah.
They showed him a coffee machine with a paper cup, a
Yeah.
styrofoam cup. He says the previous year, he was the under secretary.
Sure.
He flew their business. They set him in the green room. He had a ceramic cup. There were people looking after his every need. He says, my advice to everybody is, the ceramic cup is not meant for you. It's meant for the position that you are holding.
Oh!
You know, bruh, this guy, I like him a lot. What's his name? Zola 7.
Zola 7.
Bruh, I remember that guy once came to my mind, Zola 7. And people went crazy. And he came in. Like, what's the noise? Oh, Zola 7 is here to see you. How's G? Sharp, we spoke. He tell me he's doing some stuff in Pick and Pay.
Boom,
Just
boom.
came to greet. Bruh. Other day I saw Zola 7. Nobody went crazy.
Hish.
And it's nothing to do with Zola 7. And this is no diss or reflection.
I get you. I get you.
What I'm trying to show people is that in life, what you are going through, and politicians make that permanent. It's not permanent. It's the position that you are holding.
It's not you.
It's not you. So they think they're better than people because he's in a better position. But the admiration, adulation, respect goes with the position, not the person.
Not the person.
So once you lose that, you lose yourself.
Hey.
So you must strive to be you and the authentic you without all the bells and whistles that comes with the position.
Fuck me.
And that's what I'm trying always to be. To say, if I'm not all these things, who will I be? I will never lose myself. That's why some will tell you they suffer mental depression, celebrities. Because the mental depression is self-inflicted.
Yes.
Not all. Because when they were there having shows, they moved from Kokasi. They moved into Fenton. And they were wearing designer clothes.
And they don't knock off.
Yes, they were living the life. And then the gigs start drying up. Then depression.
There's another hot kid in town now.
There's always
here.
Yes, Shemashik is here.
Yay.
Hey,
Now they better.
I don't even know that kid I saw the other day. A boy with a backpack.
He's just like you could be his father.
Yeah, people will get crazy there. They say some of my son is like, don't you know that is dad? Okay, who's that? His Shemashik is here. I'm like, away. So that's my point I'm trying to make. It's like, they were, bro, you know, I went, Justin Bieber came here.
Yeah.
At the height of Justin
Just
Bieber.
Bieber, yeah.
But I remember it was cold in F&B.
I remember I was there.
It was cold.
I was there by the, what do you call where that minister was? Are you in VIP? She was in where?
Yeah, extra strong.
I was in
Oh, you're extra strong.
Extra strong.
So I was looking at MacG and them sitting in extra strong. I'm like, hey, but these people, they love me. It's extra strong, it's cold. So I have my daughters there. They are bracing the cold.
Yes.
Watching this boy.
I remember it was
This
freezing.
is freezing cold. I didn't have in my box, I didn't have coffee. I had to arrange quickly for them to bring coffee. That's how cold it was. And I was worried about these people of extra strong. Hey, they must love Justin Bieber. How does it extra strong? But my point I'm trying to make is that Justin Bieber, people were fainting.
Wow.
I'm talking about children. People were fainting. You look at Justin Bieber now. We were overseas and I asked my daughter, I did get you tickets to Justin Bieber. Like, Dad, we'll pass. So there's always somebody better than you.
Yeah.
Or somebody coming that's better than you. But people need to understand that mental strength starts with looking in the mirror. Who are you?
And being content.
Yeah, knowing yourself.
Know yourself. Because once you know yourself, they call me Lipantiti. They call me all sorts of names. So this guy. But I'm not depressed because I know who I am.
Yeah.
You have to know who you are.
And they can't touch you.
You can't touch me because you understand what I'm saying. They can't, because people are fake. You know, I was reading an article about you. Somebody sent me an article about you to say that you married the girl that was with you through your hustle when you were.
Yeah, when I was broke.
You were broke.
Yeah,
Now,
and nothing.
It's supposed to be like that. But you see, what you have done is normal. But the fake world,
Yes.
because they fake, they now admire you for doing what you're supposed to do.
Yeah,
you need to be with a girl that was with you through the hustle. You get what I'm saying? It's supposed to be like that. But no, in their world, MacG is really a good guy. He's not a fucking good guy. He's doing a normal thing. What normal good people, ordinary people do that shit.
That's because Instagram, what is fake is now real.
But I went to go and buy a gift the other day. I went to go buy gifts at Gucci. So I buy I got 4 things, Gucci. It's my girl's birthday. And there's 2 girls that walk over to me. Beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey. I'm like, hey. He's like, can we give a moment?
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, sure, what's up? They're like, my bodyguard is also like, drooling.
Yo.
They're like, can we just take a picture with the packets? I'm like, okay, sure. These girls are going,
With the bags.
bro, with a bag. But they're not taking just a picture, bro.
Bags.
Like I'm now looking like a groupie. These are my bags. I'm like, sorry, we have to go. No, just wait. Wait. My bags. Let's take the bags. Let's go.
Yeah.
But
It was a photo shoot.
anybody that sees that picture, people get depressed for stuff that's not true on the internet.
Yeah.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They get depressed. I mean, I drive sports cars, so I would have people taking pictures in the sports car.
Yeah.
Can I just sit behind the steering wheel? And they post that as their own.
And you, who owns it, don't even take a picture.
Exactly. But the issue is that, at the beginning you take pictures like crazy. But then you get over it, the thing. But people look at Facebook and they look at Twitter and they look at Instagram.
And they think it's real life.
It's not real life. This is a fake life. This celebrity life, it's a fake.
Fake.
Very.
Fake. The clothes they wear
Everything.
doesn't belong to them. And I'm saying to you that.
Houses, cars.
Yes, all I'm saying to everybody listening to all the chillers is that introduce yourself to yourself first.
That's it.
Once you know who you are, no social media, no person
Oh, shit.
can tell you who you are.
Fuck, love it. On that note, Gayton McKenzie, before you go, let's play a game. We'll try to make it as quick as possible.
Sure.
Okay. When last did you cry?
I cried at the funeral of one of my bodyguards.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Not these guys.
No, this is like,
Oh,
yeah. I don't walk around with that. I'm not Lisilo. What is that Lisilo?
When last did you punch someone? And not with a chiller's punch.
Or slap.
I was in Pick and Pay actually to pay him.
Hey.
I was in Pick and Pay and this black lady behind the till, I mean, she made a mistake. You know, when you scan something.
Innocent mistake.
Yeah, and she scanned it twice. And this white guy was like, hey. Now he's speaking Afrikaans, but he's insulting her. Very racist. But I understand Afrikaans is my first language.
Yeah.
But I can hear when you've... So I said to him, moenie met die dames so praat nie. Hy sê, fuck you.
Hey.
I said, ek sal vir jou moer. And he said, and I just grabbed him. I didn't punch him, I grabbed him. And he's like, yeah, you're going to pay me out when I open a case against you. I said, all right, stop. His lawyer then called my lawyer, they sorted it out. So that was the closest I came to. Now I really punch somebody. You look at those guys, they get punched.
In your regime, what are we doing with those racist fucks?
Who's that?
Like the white guy that we're talking
No,
about.
Those who call that kid a kafir, for example.
Racism is a serious crime. When somebody is racist, you need to put them in jail.
Okay.
You need to put them in jail.
Put an example.
No bail. Well, that's the only way. You see, everybody fears prison. And if the person doesn't fear prison, is abnormal. Or is institutionalized. And if you are racist and you go to jail, people will think twice before
doing.
The reason why I didn't punch that guy was I was scared of going back to jail.
Yeah. Hey, when last did you cheat?
Cheat in what? Babe?
Cheat
On
on
a
your woman.
woman.
On your woman.
Well, I'm not married.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I'm not married. I was married.
Okay.
And then I was married to a beautiful girl, great person. And I was the one that cheated.
Oh,
So I
okay.
cheated in my marriage a lot.
Yeah.
And yeah. So when I was married, I cheated. And I just realized this is not for me. But yeah, now
Shout out.
I just got married. What advice do you have for me?
Bruh. I'm the worst person to have that advice. But I'm going to try, yeah? I always say to people, I said, communication can save a nation.
Nah.
It's like once you don't talk about stuff. I was married to a girl that wouldn't speak about what bothered her.
Yeah.
And it builds up.
Passive
Builds up.
becomes passive.
By the time it comes out, it no longer comes out respectfully, or it no longer comes out.
It's a build-up. It's a
explosion.
It comes out like a volcano.
Yes.
No volcano comes out orderly.
Yes.
And I just think that for me, respect is what you should always have for your woman. Once you start losing respect, you have no relationship. If people think they have a relationship, there's no relationship without respect.
Oh, yes.
That is what I've learned.
Yes.
And you must never give up your dream for love. Let me repeat it again. When I was married, the woman was an advocate I was married to. We had 2 kids. And I said to her, she's like, you're always busy in deals.
Yeah.
I said, I promise when I'm a millionaire,
It will all make sense.
it will all make sense. I would not be up and down. So when I became a millionaire, now I wanted to become a dollar millionaire. I was a red millionaire. And then she was never for money.
Yes.
And I say, once you're a person, the first thing a woman needs to do when she says she loves you or a man, you need to understand each other's dreams and what is required of those dreams.
To get there.
But never give up your dream for love.
Yeah.
You're going to resent that woman. You've seen old people, how they speak to each other. Some old people.
They never
Get up, bring the coffee.
Rough.
They forever angry. You know where that stems from? The old man gave up his dreams for this woman.
Yes, dead
He's hated her they married for 40 years. He's hated her for 32 years of that 40 years. So what I'm saying is that it cuts both ways. Always respect. A relationship with no respect.
Yeah.
It's not a relationship. There's nothing left.
Yeah.
There's lust left. There's just kids left. There's dependency left. But once respect leaves, and that's my advice to you.
Love it.
Respect your woman at all times. And if something bothers you, speak about it that moment.
Boom, boom.
Don't be like, do you remember what you did in 1997? You did the same thing in 2011. And then I thought you stopped and now you're doing it again. To get what I'm saying. And that's what I always tell people. I said, you got to be honest with yourself, bro. I was not honest with myself.
Yeah.
You got to know, and I'm talking to men. Women, I don't know. But men, you got to know when. You got to know I'm here now.
I'm good now.
I'm good now to marry. But I got married before I had money. Bruh. When the money came, you're like, I'm coming home, knowing I'm not coming. And to get what I'm saying, man. And then the person that you marry that's broke is rare that you get people like MacG that is the same person.
Yes.
My woman used to buy me, used to give me a credit card to pay when we sit amongst people to keep my respect.
Your dignity,
She would give me a Polo to drive because I didn't have a car. Today, I'm looking after, although we're no longer together.
Yes.
Because that's a normal thing to do. And so
100%.
I look after her. I make sure she's got the best life. I'm no longer with her. But I make sure she drives right, she eats right, she sleeps right, she travels right, she's got nice furniture. When I say sleep, I mean bed. And people get ideas here.
Yes.
But what I'm saying to people is that I have learned this in life. Respect is what keeps relationships together. Once he speaks to you, like he got you in a dustbin, there's no relationship.
Sure.
Once he speaks to you, like, what the hell? Shut up! There's no relationship.
But it's not even just marriage. Even with me and Saul, we're not like best friends, but we have respect. Like we respect each other. You know what I mean?
That's the most important thing.
With anything.
Once you get disrespected and you say nothing. I'll tell you a story. I'm sitting in, a friend of mine is a billionaire in Nigeria. He invites me over to Nigeria. So I go, going with myself, my ex-girlfriend, and one of my friends, Teddy. We're sitting there, having dinner. He has 2 Nigerian billionaires coming there to join us for dinner. I don't know how the conversation went to South African women. I'm a host. Sorry, I'm a guest of the host.
Yes.
In his house. We're having dinner in his house.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and this Nigerian guy talk about how cheap South African women are. They're talking about how they can get any woman in this country. I'm sitting there, I'm like, no, I'm being disrespected here. Because I'm a South African man.
Yeah.
I asked my friend Teddy, I said, can I say something? I said, let me tell you something. No self-respecting South African woman will take you just because you're Nigerian. You say how you fuck South African, but you fuck bitches in South Africa. You don't sleep with decent women.
Yeah.
You guys, South African women are the best women you can get. And let me tell you something there. You get the worst woman in South Africa and you think that's the standard of South African women. It's not that. Let me tell you something.
Club.
South African women are beautiful. And you've never seen such beautiful women. I've walked around here and I can tell you, it's a fact. South African women are beautiful. They're more beautiful than this woman here.
Of
I was just being honest. And
It's a
that
fact.
time, the color in me came out. And I was like, go to hell. Like, yeah, you know, it's like respect. And the reason why Chillers is so successful is because of, you might not know it, but people can see and feel and see the respect between you guys. You see, people don't know we all have aura we send out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the respect between you guys for your opinions, for your different opinions, for what you're saying, how you differ, and stuff like that. I know of people that work together, and the one wants to show, I have more shares here in the action. You don't even need to ask who's the bigger shareholder. You see it in the action. He's the bigger shareholder. He's got, and then that's the thing that you see, and that's why you'll see with me and Kenny. It's the same. Like, I love that man, and I respect that man, and I differ with that man, and I don't agree. Like, when he ate that sushi things, I was the biggest critic.
Yeah.
But the love and the respect are two things. And the mistake South African women make is when you go for money comes with disrespect most of the time.
Yeah.
No, I know I've been disrespectful to women in the past, and I'm ashamed of that. When I'm like, you want to show off, like, disrespect, because we make you used to a lifestyle that we know we've got you now. You will rather take the disrespect than take the humiliation of taking a taxi.
Yes.
So most women are being, if I stop this disrespect, if I walk away from this disrespect, I'm going to walk into a taxi. Because that Porsche I've been posting to smithereens.
Lifestyle.
They're imprisoned by the money.
Yes, lifestyle is dangerous. You can't come here and then I see girls crying that, how could they do this to me, ne? I found out about this girl. That nigga is rich. What did you think? Bruh, I had where I stayed, my other house.
Yeah.
I'm at the top of it. I'm standing at the top. I'm alone at home. I'm going to the club on Fridays. I'm home alone. Next morning, I come back. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm tired, bro.
Yeah.
But I'm being awoken by this fight. First, I'm thinking I'm dreaming.
Yeah.
So I wake up like, there's a fight happening here in my house.
Yeah.
Who can be fighting? Because I'm home alone and only they help.
Yeah.
And the two helps. The two ladies that cleans the house are fighting over the gardener. He was dating both of them.
Jesus Christ.
Now, here's my point. The point of the story. Now, I'm looking at this movie from the top. I'm looking down at this movie. Yeah. So they're arguing over this nigga. But this guy, I pay him $6,000 a month. The gardener. Bro, I'm thinking you are paying on $6,000. Bro, now you come with a guy that's got $600,000 a month. That's his salary. What do you expect? You're gonna see flames, bro. That's a $6,000 guy. He's showing you flames, 6,000. Bruh, 6,000. That's the takeout I took from there. To say, yo. Now you want to cry with a guy that has
$6 grand.
I'm killing you, man. Two last questions. When last did you vote ANC?
I voted ANC the last time in 2009.
2009.
Yeah, that will be the last time I voted. I voted ANC. I only voted for two parties in my life.
Yeah.
I voted for ANC in 2009 and all the elections, even in jail, bruh.
Yeah.
I was a big coordinator. I was a big... But a lot of guys can't read and write in jail.
Yeah.
So my hustle in jail has been to read the letters for them.
Yeah.
And to write.
For them, yeah.
No. Prison is funny, bro. You have a guy, they call it Tuk Sesukuk.
Yeah.
It basically means this lady is connecting people. Pen pals.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
They advertise in the Kier and all the newspapers if you want a pen pal or whatever.
Yeah.
So because I'm a writer, I will write at a fee. I do nothing for free, bro.
Yeah.
So as a fee, I write letters, poetic letters, and how I love you and whatever. And I've got a file. I must write 2 of the letters so I know the narrative, what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And then they will charm the ladies outside. And always like, no, my appeal is about to be successful. I'm coming out. And the lady will send fruits. She'll visit. But the day the lady visits, that's where the disconnect happens. The words of the letter.
The poetry.
Doesn't meet the poetry. Doesn't meet
poetry.
this Sabella. This was baby. Hoe lekker. Hoe maak je nummer voor? Salut. Pella. Now, so that's where the disconnect.
Yeah.
The disconnect. Yeah, because women, brah, they would be so romantic. It would be so romantic. You'll write letters, you'll speak, whatever. So where do you live? And he's not lying, brah. He'll ask like in the letter, so where do you stay? And he'll be like, I stay in a gated community. And we're not lying when we stay in a gated community.
Of course, it is gated.
In our mind, city's gated, there's gates. It's not lying technically. I would lie, we stay in a gated community. Yeah, instead of saying, surrounded by the guards.
Fuck.
Yeah, we're surrounded by the guards, the prison guards. We just left our prison guards. But guards is a guard, guards is guard. So what I'm saying is that bruh. Actually, if you want to see guys that lie, go to jail. You got nothing to do. Like,
True.
Like, bruh, take your girl, and every guy in jail.
Man, we want to start doing podcasts with like people in jail, man.
I will get you some.
Can you make that happen?
I'm not saying I can make it happen. Let me try.
Okay, cool. We'll try it next year.
Yeah.
I can tell you, it's the funniest things. You hear jail, bruh. You're like, girls will be told when you're coming out. No, my appeal is about. We all lie with appeal. No, my appeal is sitting next month. And you get, even the woman I married, I found in jail.
Yeah.
I found in jail. She was sent by Thabo Mbeki to go and investigate some corruption there.
Yeah.
And like, bruh, and you know the worst thing in jail? Every woman looks beautiful to you. Yeah, so let me tell you. You come in jail. Like all women look so beautiful.
Yeah.
Like, because you've not
Seen a woman, yeah.
And I always tell people, I said, people like to say prison is a 5-star hotel.
Yeah.
But let me tell you the truth today. Anybody who tells you prison is a 5-star hotel is either 1, never been to prison, or 2, never been to a 5-star hotel. Prison is no 5-star hotel, bro.
Yeah.
Prison is the worst place anybody can go to.
Yeah.
Bro, you sleep with the lights on. When you're in a ultra maximum, you don't even see darkness. I was scared of darkness when I came out of jail. I love dogs, bro. I used to have a lot of dogs. A lot of dogs. I would be a dog fanatic. When I came out of jail, I hated those dogs. Hated dogs. Because they all the dogs you see just want to attack you in jail.
Why were you in life maximum? What did you do for maximum?
No, they categorize prisoners. So you go like, no, you just...
Too dangerous.
You're too dangerous, you're too this. And you look at...
How long were you in the hole for?
10 years, a decade.
In the hole?
Yeah, I was in and out. I was like, what they do is, you have prison. I was 10 years in jail.
Yeah.
And then you have solitary confinement.
Yes, solitary, yes.
Yeah, solitary confinement, for me, it's actually, I love being there. Because you have peace and quiet, man.
And no one's trying to stab you.
Not even, no, they still get you. If they want to get you, they get you in solitary confinement. If they want to kill you in jail.
They'll get you.
Bruh, if they want to kill you in jail, they'll kill you.
Okay.
They'll get you, no matter where you are.
Yeah.
If they want to kill you on the outside and they inside, they will get you.
What about the guys who try to stab you? Surely then, as you say, they would have come back. How did you quell that?
No, because I'm also a boss. It was a boss-to-boss fight. I also have my ways of retaliation. So I always say I'm the wrong person to
fuck with.
Also fuck with, but also I'm the wrong person to gauge how prison life was because I was a boss in prison.
Ah,
So my experience
It's different.
of prison is not the experience of...
yeah, normal.
The funniest part for me was when I came out of jail the first night, there was no bed for me at my house. There was no bed. My parents were poor. And I was thinking I had a double bed in jail. I'll put like triple mattresses so I can have comfort. I take one guy say, you sleep on the floor, brother. I saw, my children, they tell you a story. They're like so privileged. They said, they went away on this camp.
Yeah.
And he said, one of the boys he's there on a scholarship at his school.
Yeah.
He was they were at this camp and he's putting a blanket on the floor
Yeah.
to sleep.
Yeah.
So the boy knows life.
Yeah.
And one of the white guys says, oh, we never knew you into yoga. You're going to do some yoga. I was like, oh, fuck yoga. I'm going to sleep around. So
Privilege. Hey, Penduka, any question?
Yeah, you said earlier on that you were a mayor for a year in the Karoo, right?
Yes.
What are some of the positive changes or victories that you had in that year as a mayor? And also, what are some of the failures? And what could you have done different, obviously, to avert those failures?
I think, let me start with the positives. When I came there, I saw the worst thing ever. I saw people still using bucket toilets. And I saw people still not having toilets, having to relieve themselves in the field. And I'm talking about 80-year-old grandmothers, 83-year-old grandfathers. And the winter in Central Karoo is the worst. It's like Siberia. And they would go to the toilet. And I saw that. This is my day one, before I give my speech, before I get inaugurated. And I saw, when I went through the budgets, I saw millions were spent in building pools. And all those pools were no longer effective. I saw the streets are pothole-ridden. And when I gave my inauguration speech, these are my 4 big successes. The municipality was also put under, one of the municipalities under me was also put in administration, under administration. And I said to myself, in 100 days, in my speech, I will make sure that in 100 days, if I fail to give people proper toilets, I should be fired. I will resign.
Flushed away, yeah.
Yeah, flushed away. I don't know in what toilet they'll flush me, but yeah. The second thing was, I said that I will fix all these pools in 100 days.
Wow.
I will then say I will fix the majority of the potholes, not all of them. And I will then put them I will get rid of all the corrupt people in 100 days. What I didn't know was there's no money. But I made those promises. I didn't realize I made a promise that I will, and the media was hanging on to the 100 days.
Of course.
I then called all my friends with fundraisers, with all this money. And in 100 days, this is my biggest successes. Everybody at the toilet. All the swimming pools were fixed in 100 days that I promised I'm going to fix. Fix the majority of the potholes. I fired CFO, I fired the whole top management of that place.
Wow.
What I've done where I think I failed was I underestimated the time it takes to turn around these things. I should have said I'll stay for 2 years instead of 1 year. I couldn't go back on my word.
Are those things still in place, the ones that you changed?
Yes.
Now.
So people have toilets.
Nice.
People have
Swimming.
children are swimming. I posted children swimming again.
Wow.
And then last week, somebody sent me a picture. This to say thank you. So I fixed those things, the swimming pools, children swimming. I put the municipality on the road to recovery. And I just brought businesses there. I had an aluminium and steel factory being put up there. Central Karoo. Beaufort West, Laingsburg, Prince Albert. We had the first bakery. I mean, people were getting bread from Worcester. So the people had to pay for their transport cost. It's in the bread. I then got investors to start the bakery there.
Wow.
The bread, when I got there, was 22 rands or 20 rands. I can't remember. But I do remember when I got there, it was $10 after the bakery. So
Who's running? Is it Sterkfontein? Some town in Cape Town, but like it's in the outskirts. It's like still very old, still very apartheidish. It's just white people.
There's a...
What's it called?
I don't know which ones you're talking about. But
check.
you can check it out. But I can tell you this. There's this myth that's a lie that's believed by so many of you Because when you go to Cape Town, all of you go into this 2 kilometer radius.
Yes.
All of you go to this 2 kilometer radius.
Yes.
Go behind the mountain. And then you'll see what the DA is. The DA is a relic of apartheid. The DA is racist.
Oh, so that town I was in is run by the DA.
It's by the DA.
Makes sense.
I don't even know the name of the town, but I know it's run by the DA.
Yes, I'll tell you now.
And I'm saying to you, the DA's currency is to talk about the ANC's bad. But they don't talk about their bad. Do you know that the Democratic Alliance only cares about rich blacks and all whites? Go behind the mountain and you'll see how our people truly live in the Western Cape.
Yes, I went above the mountain. I drove for like 2 hours.
Yes, that's when you'll see.
It's like apartheid, bro. They're stuck in 1994 or whatever.
It does not move forward for those
women
people.
were the only black people at the restaurant. And
Exactly.
They were funny, bro.
Whoa.
I get you not.
Bruh,
Disgusting.
the Western Cape is still behind, but we're going to fix that. And we're busy fixing that. The DA has lost Neisner. The DA has lost TWK.
Niceness, another one.
Yes. Now we've taken it over. And
You?
Yeah, we were the coalition. Yeah, we're gonna turn it around. And
Because did you see by Neisner that all the poor people are looking on
all the
top.
rich people on top,
Yeah.
the poor people under. Not only that, everywhere in Cape Town is like that. Our people don't have jobs. They say they create the most jobs. I'm like, show us these jobs. The DA is just an apartheid party. Look at all the people they're firing. It's only blacks. This month alone, just 2 weeks ago, they fired.
So why did they hire them in the first place?
But the problem is that our people were so heartful of the ANC. And that's what we've managed to do. We're trying to get colored people to vote again for us.
Yeah.
Because
That's my woman who we wait, man. I want to get the town.
And they went back to the apartheid, to the DA, because the ANC has just not cared about the people. And that's why they're losing them.
So next year's going to be interesting, no?
Yeah, next year's going to be interesting. And I say to people, if you want to share in the minerals of this country, if you want law and order, if you want illegal foreigners to go, I'm your guy.
What town did we go stay at in Cape Town? What's the name of that town? For my birthday. Paternoster.
Yo, Paternoster.
Paternoster.
Yeah. No. Bruh, let me tell you, my family has a hotel in Platt. My family owns a hotel in Plettenberg Bay. I have never seen such a racist town. Plettenberg Bay, bruh. You go to a restaurant, you don't see blacks.
Yeah.
Bruh, they don't have housing for people. Man.
Zero.
They don't have land for people for housing.
And it was full of colors. Full of colors.
They have no place for housing for our people. But you see, horses got place where they can graze.
Yeah.
The horses are for days, bruh. And whatever.
Days.
And what they have done to our people, they have, you know, you got an abundance mindset and you got a minimalistic mindset. So you've put it in our people that there's so little, you have to fight over this little. While they are sharing in the in the much and whatever there is.
So, just want to say thank you so much for coming through, man. It's been a pleasure, man. We could talk all day, eh?
No, definitely I enjoy it. That's not got infectious laugh. I start laughing and I want to laugh. Listen, it was about time. I'll tell you a funny story about this show.
Yeah.
One of my friend's son, he follows me and his dad says, his dad is a friend of mine. Yeah. So this boy didn't follow me, knows nothing about me. Yeah. So I said, you don't know Gayton McKenzie? He says, no. He says, you famous? Yeah. His dad says, yeah, semi-famous. He says, were you ever on MacG? Yeah. I said, no, but I was on this. He says, no, were you on MacG? I said, no, I was on MacG, but I was on this one. He said, no, on MacG. Were you ever on MacG? So I walk out there for that fucker. I was on MacG. You better fucking watch.
Salute, man. In closing, sir, what do you want to be remembered as, when it's all said and done for you?
I just want to be remembered as one thing. For people that's in jail, for people that were gangsters, I want to be remembered as the guy that said, it is possible that you can change your life. Second chances, you can maximize on it. Second chances is not a myth. That's the only thing I want to be remembered for. For a woman, the father and the mother, there's a kid on drugs, kid in jail, a kid in conflict with the law, to know there's hope by referring to my story.
Beautiful. How important is next year's elections?
The most important elections ever. Next year is going to be the most prize package. People can guess all these polls. Polls are for strippers. don't listen to this nonsense of polls and whatever. Those are for strippers. I had no time for those things. Yeah. The polls are even owned by those guys that told you what to give us money.
Yes.
So I'm saying to you next year, it's like, it's going to be insane, bruh. Next year, I know for a fact that we will be the kingmakers next year. It's between the EFF and the PA. One of us will be the kingmakers. The ANC is going to need either the EFF or the PA to govern.
And for this platform, what's our role next year?
Your role is to expose people and to ask them the hard questions, political questions, to say, what would you do, for instance, you ask, I always say to people, the only way to know a politician is lying. If he doesn't give you if he doesn't give you a date. If you say you're going to do this, give me a date so I can hold you to that date. So if they say they're going to do this, tell them by when. When I became mayor, I said, in 100 days, I will do this. If not, I will resign. So you need to not make the mistake that a lot of people make by shying away from politics. You've got so many fans. You've got so many people who believe in you. You got to bring them here. And you got to give even the small boys a chance for their story to be heard. You got to bring the big boys. And if you invite somebody and they don't want to come, you must say it. You must say it. I've invited McKenzie, and you mustn't think we talk bad about McKenzie. He didn't want to come. Because I wanted to come and tell Saul. Saul is my brother for years. I know him for years.
Yeah.
So I was going to tell him that, Saul, fuck that shit of AKA Mampincha. I wanted to come and set this record straight.
No, that was Solomon.
Oh, Solomon, yeah. Solomon. I want to fuck. Solomon. He said, you come to Joburg. You don't know Saul. You are Solomon. You come to Saul. You come to Joburg, you Saul. But at home, you Solomon. Come not to the sheep. Solomon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Gayton McKenzie, man, leader of the PA. We are here, podcast and chill.
Salute, Budi Baizani. Salute, Jesus. Short chance.
Welcome to Black Excellence. Do not fear, for if you do, just sip on some grandeur. And if you still do, ask ourselves, what would Mapapunzi do? Parama chila, itlasha lefiki. Ungoyigi, even when they ask you, how sabiini, do not fear. For if you do, just say, Anistivi. This is the medicine of censorship. This is the pill. Which one is that one? Podcast and chill.